right, let's get some music going here.
Yay! We are starting.
We are going to start up. All right.
What's our inappropriate conversation theme for tonight?
Oh, no, I don't know about that one.
Shafting. That's what it is.
Oh, no.
That's essentially what just happened.
I mean, I do that to everything we come across.
I know, exactly.
Lol.
Oh, no.
Better getting shafted than necrophilia.
Alrighty then. All right. So, Love, did I ever send you the summary for this? By the way,
Do not think. I think so.
I wanted to take a look at that summary real quick. There's a name that I forgot and I didn't write it down.
I can actually have a beer during this session because I don't have to play an intelligent character.
Go to my
Let's
YouTube
go.
channel. It'll be on the video, I think. I'd copy paste it to you, but it's on my laptop.
I got it right here.
Okay.
All right, so friends, where we last left off, the party. This is 5 years after the events of the Blackweather March, and so the party has been summoned here to a council meeting. As most of you accepted a position on the council itself. You were sent a summons to a council meeting to meet with the Ascari, which is an ancient cult of eldritch wizards. There's not a lot known about them, or there wasn't anyways, as they don't seem to exist anymore. Only that they only have a handful of members, or had. Excuse me. And
Oh no.
The general consensus on the Ascari is that they are dangerous. However, they purported to have a solution to the ash problem that has just been getting worse and worse and worse, especially around Ember Vault and just straight south of the Scar. And so the council listened. Unfortunately, whether through malice or through incompetence, the Ascari performed a ritual that happened to open some kind of gateway into a darker realm, this kind of strange eldritch magic, which happened to destroy the physical forms of each of the Ascari wizards, along with King Artus, who left with the final words of "Find Arcadia." And so, you had to deal with the remnants of that gateway being opened, a massive, strange worm-like creature that had come through, and Councilor Andressa, who is one of the more mystically inclined counselors, caught a glimpse into this creature's homeworld, an entire plane, an entire world filled with just heat and lava and fire. Very Minecraft Nether type shit. After getting some rest from the ordeal and kind of breaking away from it for a little while, you were approached by Jocyn, who is Andressa's child, and a delivery was made of one letter from King Artus.
So we've gotten a short rest at this point, right?
Yeah, you would have definitely got a short rest at this point. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
And this is where we are going to pick up for the session. As a note, you did say that you were sending somebody, I forgot who it was, to go inform the archers in your settlement to go ahead and start procuring or securing the entrance to the Vorn. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, I would have sent a ranger.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so
Some
that
form of lieutenant.
that messenger would have been sent then already by this point, and as you've kind of just started your day, it doesn't take long before you are approached by a man in a white coat. He's got a bit of a cloak around him, and the cloak has pockets sewn into various places in it. You've seen this man a handful of times. He was one of the advisors to the council a long time ago. He's no longer an advisor. But you do know that he occasionally does work for the guard themselves, and as he approaches you, at this point, you would probably have just gotten out of your meeting with Jocyn. And so I think you would probably all be together somewhere within the city itself. But your mic's muted, love.
It depends. Let's see. Evens or odd?
Evens. Okay.
Freya's wandering around.
Well, you were at the meeting with Jocyn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Freya's left. What?
Would like to bring up something.
Sure.
I guess in the meeting itself.
Okay.
Remind me who again Jocyn is.
Jocyn is one of the royal diviners. He is Andressa's kid, Councilor Andressa's kid, and both of them have a touch of the gift of Eldsight, which allows you to have various divination powers. They're usually pretty minor. There's quite a few people blessed with Eldsight, but most of them don't have Eldsight to the degree that like Andressa or even Jocyn does. Jocyn can see glimpses of the future, and Andressa has been known to predict like weeks in advance.
Are you capable of finding someone?
I can make an attempt.
Can you find any of the leftover mages?
Do you know their names?
Nope.
Do you know anything about them?
I give a description.
Of what?
Some of the lackey mages that showed up.
Oh, okay, some of the Ascari. Okay.
Yeah, the Ascari, there we go.
I can try. The only thing I would know to do is try and perhaps see their leader. Give me a moment. And Jocyn.
Well, I think he's dead.
Well, then I won't be able to see him. I can only see somebody that I've seen in some other method. I can't look into them without knowing them.
Okay, do you know where we can find them then? The Ascari?
There is a temple that they were known to inhabit. Let me pull up the world map here myself. Oh god, where is it at? Oh yeah, it's not in the actual thing. I have to go to Discord. Road to Arcadia. Let me try and remember where this temple was. There it is. There is a temple. It's to the far east of here, closer to the Imperial lands. It's called Wail's Inn. This is the Ascari home as far as we know, but people aren't invited there.
Yeah, well, they weren't invited to, kidnap the king, so,
He just gives a little kind of solemn, like, almost a half nod.
I think pleasantries are off the table.
I agree.
Not... sort of like nods to Freya. Wait, is Freya with us?
Freya would be at the meeting with Jocyn, you all were?
Okay, yeah. She kind of nods to Freya. Not to, say we're starting a war or anything, but I think they're the most likely candidate for answers as well.
Indeed.
Oh, there will be war.
I don't care. Crush them.
Let me roll for Jocyn and see how much they know about the Ascari themselves. Oh, that's not a good roll. That's a 4. I wish I could be of more help, but I never did get to visit the Ascari. My mother kept me away from them. She said they were evil.
Perfectly fine. You gave us plenty enough information. Thank you.
As my role as the essentially intelligence person on the council, would I have a extended knowledge of them?
Extended knowledge? No one has extended knowledge of the Ascari, but you're free
more
to
knowledge
roll...
than what has been present.
Maybe.
Or has been presented so far.
Perhaps. Roll a history check.
Or you could search for
Wait.
said information.
Oh, never mind. I don't have a bonus to history. Carry on.
Oh.
Neither do I.
Oof. Yeah,
Have
the
lackeys
Ascari
and
are
nicknames.
an enigmatic bunch, and I will say attempts to gather information on them have been met with resistance beyond your understanding. They are occult and strange, and it's very difficult to infiltrate their personal kind of living space.
Okay.
If you want an analog, I don't know how many of you have played or seen The Witcher. If you want a rough analog of the Ascari, they're
Alright.
pretty similar to the mages. I forgot what the group of mages is called.
Fuck.
But the mages who go around and kind of manipulate the leaders of the realm, basically. They've got a similar vibe going on to that group. The average person doesn't even know who the Ascari are, and those that do know them as kind of taboo, forbidden arts, strange occultists. More dark shamans than wizards.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's the Brotherhood, right?
Yeah, the Brotherhood. They're treated similarly to the Brotherhood as in The Witcher.
Also sounds kind of like Aes Sedai from Wheel of Time.
I don't think I made it far enough in the Wheel of Time to know what the fuck Aes Sedai is. Is that the people that are like that do the? Don't
They're
they
the
kidnap
casters.
somebody at some point?
No.
Okay, no,
The people of the
Maybe.
White Tower.
gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
they sort of kidnap somebody.
They kidnap one of the main characters, but that's probably not who I'm thinking about.
No.
Okay, gotcha. Anyways, yeah, similar kind of vibe. Weird, mysterious, eldritch people that are generally mistrusted.
But yes, I am talking about the White Tower.
I gotcha.
It's the Aes Sedai are in the White Tower.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
What are you doing with this information?
that's up to Freya.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, we need information.
I think it's time to extract it.
One way or the other.
Jacques pops his head in. So let me get this straight. We're going to the fucking tower where they like kill people or something.
Yep. we're gonna inflict pain on.
Sorry, I'm getting rid of Aubrey and Jaws in this campaign now.
What you could do is make Aubrey possessed by some weird dragon that has this weird sense of where drugs are, and he comes out anytime she's short on them.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is her addiction, like withdrawal symptoms.
Just
Yeah,
fucking.
turns into Zhao.
Withdrawal
Since it's
symptoms are a
Aubrey,
bit-
we have to like change it to chocolate, and like Zhao shows up. He's like, "Listen, I know the problem you're experiencing right now. Chocolate withdrawal is very serious."
But in a magical world, withdrawals take on a much bigger picture, and she just grows a dragonborn head.
No.
No.
Like, rather than a little demon on her shoulder, she has a tiny dragonborn head that sprouts out of her shoulder blade.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
The Ascari left us with more than one present.
Ugh.
Dislike. Unsubscribe.
All right. So, is anyone asking Jocyn anything else?
What about father? Would you know if he's still alive?
I can attempt to scry on him. Can't guarantee that it would succeed.
Better than just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Okay. Give me a moment then. All right. He's going to attempt to scry here. I'm gonna roll something for him. Okay. He leaves for a good like 15 or 20 minutes and eventually returns with a few instruments. He's got a a small pool of water, like a bowl of water, that he sets in the center of the table, and along with there's several small glass flasks of salt and other vague materials, herbs, etc. And he sets them out in this small ritual, and before long he's got his face directly over the bowl of water within inches, and you see his eyes roll back in his skull, and after a few moments he just shakes his head and his eyes go back to normal, and he says, "I can't see anything.
All right.
I'm sorry."
Not your fault.
Before leaving town, I would like to pay a visit to my friendly alchemist.
Okay. Heading to the alchemist. There's only one real alchemist in Vault, and you are all very familiar with him. He is a very short man, bald, well, balding at least, and kind of jumpy, a little on edge. What are you looking for specifically?
Assorted poisons, like I always am.
Poisons, like you always are. I imagine you've probably talked to this man at least probably 100 times over the last 5 years.
He's more or less become my Ranger Forces supplier.
Oh God, he's got from 5 years ago when you met this man in he's got a small shack in the business district to now he's like moved up next to the castle. He's got a whole like team of workers under him. Let me see here.
We need
And specifically-
healing potions as well.
Yeah. Specifically, I would like to restock my Orcsbane potions,
Gotcha.
as well as the Snow Willow, and one specifically designed to inflict an immense amount of pain without causing a lot of damage.
That is Reeve, is what that one's called. Let me see here. Or
It
Rive,
tortured-
I guess it's how it's
A
supposed
poison to torture with, not kill. Let me put it that way.
Okay, gotcha.
If we're getting information, I want tools. Lots of tools.
Let me do my little shop generator here.
And do I get any kind of bulk discount as his best customer?
We'll see. Hold on.
Okay.
What are poisons under? Let's see. Packs, kits, musical instruments, alchemical supplies.
I'm gonna go get some water and some more dinner real quick.
Sure.
And another beer?
No, I haven't opened my beer yet.
Stones, clothes, gaming.
I would like to buy some healing potions though before we go.
Sure. Okay.
I figured as much.
That for a large city. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. We have ourselves. Let's go ahead and just sort it by price here. A number of options for the alchemist shop. You're actually in luck. With recent expansion, he's pretty well stocked. I will say potions of healing in this setting again are fairly rare. Let's see here. Generate that shop there. Oh, it's not going to generate. No, what have I done? I've broken it. It's got a generator picked up. It just isn't doing it. That's fine. So the potions that he has, it's got a number of fairly useful potions. 4 potions of healing, 1 greater potion of healing, a basic poison, 1d6 for 3 hits basically, 1 potion of water breathing, and then a potion of cold resistance for poisons. On top of the basic poison, he's also got a few doses of Wreath, which is kind of a basic, more practical poison. He's got that is ingested. hours till, and then one last one. All right. For the poisons that are available, he's got 3 writhes, which are 1d4 damage at the top of the enemy's turn for 10 rounds. More of a like long-term use. You have 1 vial of Widow's Tears. This 10d10 damage on ingestion. Extremely expensive. You're looking at probably like 400 gold for that. You've got a vial of Drake Venom, 5d8 for 1 hit, which is pretty good. You've got a little flask of Night Bloom tea. On ingestion, the target will fall asleep for 10 hours. And then 1 Dryad Sap, which stuns the target for 5 turns and poisons them for that 5 turns as well.
Definitely gonna take the Writhe and the Drake Venom.
Okay. Let me...
Does he have any Orc's Bane ready as a lesser potion or lesser poison?
Let me just roll for that, since that's like a custom thing. I would say yeah, he probably has like 2 Orc's Bane.
Okay. I will also take the Orc's Bane.
Okay. Let me get y'all some prices on this shit real quick.
What is my alchemist's name? Because I don't know that we've ever been introduced in terms of his actual name.
I can't remember. I think he did give you his name back in Blackweather March, but that would have been months ago, and I don't remember it. Give me 1 second.
Okay, you're fine. Do the DM thing.
Yeah, DM thing. We'll hit this button right here.
I would have brought Freya and Yaverna with me.
Gotcha.
Specifically because I want Freya to know what I'm up to.
His name is Donalyn. D-O-N... Here, I'll just put it right here. Alchemist equals Donalyn. Okay, and you said you were taking the 2 Orc's Banes?
Yeah.
Alright, the Writhes are not terribly expensive. They're about 30 gold each. The Orc's Bane... It should be about the same price as one of the things here. Orc's Banes aren't super cheap, but they're good enough. They are 50 gold each.
They are more or less my signature poison.
Mm-hmm.
With the The Drake Venom.
And you
is
wanted the
my
Drake
big
Venom?
winner. I want the Drake Venom.
Okay, all right. The Drake Venom is pretty pricey here at 250 gold.
If we're prepping for war, I'm prepping for war.
I got you.
I would also like to ask the price of the Dryad Sap and the Widow's Tears.
The Widow's Tears, you're running about 700 gold.
Okay.
And the Dryad Sap should be, let me roll for that one actually. That's a like medium tier. That's not too bad. We'll call it 200 gold.
What are we looking at here for a total?
If you wanted all of that?
Yeah.
1340.
Now, is there any kind of wholesale discount?
You're free to roll a check to see if you can get one. Persuasion would be ideal, but you could also try intimidation if you're into that.
Wait. Do you have proficiency in perception? Or persuasion, sorry.
No.
Right.
If you were
I
talking
talked him into it.
Yeah, you are happy. I'm willing to happily let you talk him into it.
Yeah, you
Freya
can
can help.
Yeah, if y'all want to purchase everything kind of as a group, you could attempt to talk him down. As you're like negotiating with him, group discounts. I suppose if you're purchasing in bulk, it's perfectly fine. What did you have in mind? And one of you can roll a persuasion check
Okay.
with advantage because Freya's helping.
Okay. So this has an additional +4 to it.
From what?
From Elegant Courtier.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Samurai things.
you're at
Oh,
high level now.
actually, I think this is rather low.
Elegant
so-
Courtier is a level 7. Yeah.
You have a +4 to your persuasion?
On top of
Plus-
my... No, I have an additional +4, so it's +8
Mhm.
total.
Oh, you're one higher than me.
Nice. A 21.
25.
Right. 25, sorry. Yeah, he, after a little bit of back and forth, some negotiation takes place. With a 25, that's pretty high. I'd say for return customers that are always happy to give him good business, bulk discount for purchasing quite a few potions, 30%.
I would still be paying for this out of my own pocket, a lot of it.
Yeah,
But-
so that would be wait, hold on, I fucked one up.
How much is the Night Bloom?
90 plus 50 plus 50 plus 250 plus 700 plus 200 times 0.7. That would be 938 gold for the whole poison hall. And
Fun.
Mhm. And then Freya, you asked about the Night Bloom
Yeah,
tea?
Night Bloom, and then we need to know how
That's
much
another
the healing
mid-tier,
potion
so it should be...
and the water breathing.
Oh, okay, you rolled pretty low on that. So the Night Bloom isn't going to be too bad. It's 100 gold.
Okay.
The potion of water breathing that's a high tier potion for this setting anyways. That's pricey. Oof. The potions of healing, they are static at 50 gold each.
What about the greater?
The greater is also static at 350.
50 gold each, that's 200, 350.
Or is it 350? Hold on. Let me go
I thought
to...
it was
'cause
150.
it might be 150. I think you're correct. I think 350 is what I had it set for Ashwinter. And I think I'm just overlapping that in my head. I'm gonna double check real quick though.
If you're using the table, same magical prices, is it?
I'm actually not using that one. I don't, because this is a really low magic world, so prices should be really high for magic shit.
That's fair. All right. Don't ignore me.
I'm using the DMG though, and it is 350 in the DMG. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
I will take the greater and 3 normals.
Oh. Okay. So I'll just write down the prices right here. And
500.
you want the greater and 3 normals?
Yeah, it'd be 500.
That would be 500, yeah.
Alright.
And then Freya, did you want the Night Bloom?
Yeah, Night Bloom.
Okay. So healing potion would be 50, and then the night bloom would be 100. So 150.
water breathing as well, so that's 550.
You're gonna take the water breathing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, 550.
Do any of the poisons that you put in here have official tech or?
No,
items?
and
Okay.
you can just write down. That's why I have what they do out next to them, because they are all poisons from like other sources and stuff.
Okay. That's what
And,
I
like,
figured. I
some
just
of them
wanted
are
to
just-
check before I was creating all these.
Some of them are
Customized
just
in my
made up
inventory.
off the fucking dome, like Dryad Sap.
Yeah.
Widow Tears does exist, but the version that we have is completely different.
Gotcha.
The official version is called Midnight Tears, and we have it changed up quite a bit. So
That's the Writhes, Orcsbane, Drake Venom. I'm also going to take the Widow's Tears. Because I'm sneaky enough that I could actually put that in someone's mouth.
mm-hmm.
Or
I
food.
mean, hey, listen, have y'all all seen Game of Thrones pretty much the whole way through?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
You remember the second Red Wedding?
Yes.
To me, that is how our rogue operates. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess I'm gonna throw a party and poison literally everyone's wine.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
do that. And then Dryad Sap.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that is your local alchemist, and as you've purchased all this, I'm afraid I'm cleaned out. You've taken my whole stock for now.
Donnellan, get your assistant spooling up.
We're working on it. We're working on it. So the ingredients for these are difficult to come by. Iron root is rare.
The Rangers are headed for war.
Well, I don't know that I can supply a whole war, but I'll certainly try. I need to hire some more hands. You there! And he points to a random person that's like cleaning a shelf. He goes, I need you to go down to the market and find the 4 most able bodies you have right now. Bring them here. Tell them they're being hired.
Well, don't skimp on quality.
Oh no, there's no quality to this. I just need people to go out and find the things.
Ah, that's fair. Yeah, you're right.
I will be sending a squad to protect you in case this blows up more than it should.
Understood. I will appreciate that, certainly. Can I ask who we're going to war against?
No, you cannot.
Oh. Just a war.
You know my
Understood.
business, and you know how I prefer the element of surprise.
I understand. My utmost discretion to and condolences to your victims. All right.
They will need them.
I will have to get back to work. You've cleaned up my stock.
I will send a runner in a week or so to retrieve the next pile from you.
If he kind of looks around a little bit, if you'd like, if you'd give me maybe permission, I would like you to test something for me.
Oh, you know I love your experiments.
Pulls out a small vial of blue liquid, and I want you to take down an enemy with this. Report back to me on what happens. And can we keep that one a little quiet?
Discretion is my profession.
Perfect. I'm very curious to know what happens, and try to make sure it's a living enemy, not some rock golem or whatever it is you're fighting out there.
Well, should I be with it?
What'd you say?
How careful should I be with it?
Well, it's the only vial that I've got, so use it sparingly, but it should pack a fun punch.
I meant for my own sake.
Oh,
Not
do not
the
ingest
vials.
this or get this enemy cut. You will probably
Okay.
die. That's my expectation. I'd like to know more though. But don't test it on yourself. Test it on somebody you really want to not live.
I can do that.
Perfect.
And with that, I'm going to tuck it in my the most secure pocket on my vest.
Excellent.
I thought you were about to say, with that, I down it.
Oh god.
And I was about to be like, mood.
Roll a DC 30, Constitution saving throw. Wait.
Thank you. Limes. It's D&D, and it is summer, which means limes.
I like limes.
To just sit here and suck on and horrify the hell out of Steven if he's listening.
Listen, limes are fucking delicious. Who doesn't like limes? What kind of fucker?
Most people
Alright.
don't like them on their own.
Listen, I could peel and eat a lime.
No, I'm
Not
good.
too bad.
I absolutely could too. I've debated eating an onion like an apple.
Oh man, I don't know about that. I love onions, but I like them cooked. I can't do raw onions anymore.
I can.
Makes my stomach go. Bleh.
See, I eat raw onions every time we're cooking with them. Like, Karen will cut up slightly more than we need because I
Mhm.
will eat that slightly more by the time we get to needing it.
Sure.
All right.
All right.
So I'm prepped for war.
That
and
is the end of the alchemist, unless somebody wants to buy whatever's left over.
I would like to ask what he calls this concoction. Or are we just going to refer to it as the secret for now?
Well, if everything goes as planned, I think I'd like to name it Stoneblood.
Oh, I don't like that.
I do. There's a reason this guy is my friend, even if he did swindle me on our first interaction.
Business is business.
But I also am still blissfully unaware that he swindled me on the first round, because I had enough money that it didn't matter.
True. All right. So, what else are y'all doing?
Anything else you guys need?
Buying another hand axe.
Okay. That would be really easy to get. There's a ton of blacksmiths in the city. There's a ton of... in fact, you're a counselor. You have access to the castle armory. You could easily just go and get a hand axe for, like, 2 gold.
2? That's a fucking expensive hand axe.
Wait, aren't hand axes 2 gold by default?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they are. Daggers are 2 gold by default.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I thought they were.
Oh,
like...
I'm sorry. Hand axes are 5 GP by default. So you could get one for 2 GP because you're a
I
counselor.
thought they were silver. Maybe I'm thinking of.
Oh, you're thinking of like darts or some shit.
Maybe. Okay. So how much?
2 gold.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's at a huge discount.
Yeah. All right.
There you go. There's the description I made for the Stoneblood.
Perfect. Friendly neighborhood supplier.
Oh, wait. I lost one of my hand axes throwing it at that fucking creature.
Mm-hmm. It's true, you did.
Or, no, throwing it at the void that it spawned from.
I would... Okay. Next question for you as the designer of this world.
Mhm.
Of my legions of rangers, what would I have in the city? Would they? I assume they would be based out of the settlements, which name is escaping me.
Well, yeah, we actually have the settlement's name pinned now. Let me go back to it, because I can't remember either off the top of my head. Oh wait, maybe...
We didn't pin it.
Oh my
Oh, no.
god, guys.
Hold on, it'll be easy to find. We'll just scroll up.
Mm-hmm.
It's Indo-Asterian.
Asterian, yeah.
Yep,
Pin it.
I do.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so from Indo-Asterian, like, Indo-Asterian has transformed into kind of its own settlement at this point, and Imbervault doesn't allow, like, large detachments of foreign military within their borders. So you probably don't have any, like, actual troops, but you probably do have some, like, a small complement with you. As a technically a diplomat, you are legally allowed to have, like, a complement of guards with you. And so you probably would have maybe, like, 10 men.
I would have sent at least 1 to dispatch rangers to the place.
Mm-hmm.
That same one I would have had inform Bree to ready the rest of the rangers for war.
Okay. Gotcha.
Since this has evolved to a much more Warpath-esque path
when
than
you gotta-
I was feeling last time.
You gotta murder some Ascari. Listen, sometimes you just gotta kill Gandalf in between his eyes.
Nah, throat.
Alright. So that is all of y'all. What is Midori doing during all of this?
I have no idea.
I got you.
She doesn't really know her way around town.
Yeah, she would have spent probably most of her life in, God forbid I remember the name of that place.
The Elven City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missed something. Hold on. Been a minute. Mistwalk.
We're waiting for that one counselor to get back, right? That was talking to the elder.
Which one?
The new one, the cocky one that she was serving.
Oh, Art? Yeah. You can wait for her to get back. It's up to y'all.
No, I was just. What's the approximate time to get there and then?
To get to Mistwalk and then to get back?
Yeah.
Weeks.
Okay, how about
Mistwalk
the temple?
is really far away. Wail's End is a place that is somewhat well known. So it's not like most people just don't know what's there, but it's marked as like a dangerous location on most maps, and so most people know where Wail's End is. Wail's End is a little bit of a shorter journey than Mistwalk would be. You could probably get there. Mistwalk is probably at least 3 weeks. Wail's End probably 2.
Okay. Alright. Sorry, I had to ask that.
Oh, you're fine.
Go ahead, Spirit.
Okay. Well, let me see here. And I will post this in the Discord as well to show you kind of the distance between them here.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Wales End
So-
is where the
It's where the Ascari are supposedly headquartered. As you exit the Alchemist's area, let's see here. What exactly? Where are y'all going? What are y'all doing now? Remember, this isn't like the original Blackweather March. This is a campaign just like Ashwinter. So sandbox away.
Well, we were still figuring out what Spirit was doing.
Oh, sorry. Never mind.
You're
Continue.
no,
You just not doing anything, just hanging out with the group.
I guess so. I don't know.
Gotcha. At this point, kind of getting caught up in all of this. Midori, you were Art's bodyguard, and so at this point, this would be kind of. I imagine you'd be with the group due to investigative work. I think she also told you to help them, didn't she? I can't remember.
Yeah, she told me to help in the fight.
Gotcha. So at this point, you would probably still be looking into everything that happened for Art. I would think you'd probably be somewhere around the council chambers, as at this point there's like a large investigation that's been mounted. The captain of the guard is there. There's the Royal Guard is investigating the situation. And as a note, Freya, 2 members of the Royal Guard have started following you around. And Midori, you would be in the council chambers themselves. So far, there's nobody has any idea what actually happened during the ritual itself. There's almost nothing, there's almost no trace of it even left, in fact. And so, at this point, we'll circle back to you here in just a little bit then. Alright, what's the rest of the party doing?
Is oh god, what's his name? Enkosh still here?
Yes, he would be. He would be tending to some of his wounds. He almost died.
How many? Would we know how many of the Ascari? Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Would we know how many of the Ascari there actually are?
That was information I was seeing if Emonir knew earlier. I would say there's only a few people that could possibly be privy to that information, and I don't think Giverna would be one of them. You know they don't have a ton of members. You know that the sect is small, but you're not sure what the actual numbers are.
Mm.
And I don't think there's anybody in the council that would know either. Maybe Andressa, but that'd be a long shot.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going your standard approach of kicking the door and I'll shoot everyone over your shoulder?
I don't know.
I would say also Aubrey is in the council chambers as well, helping with the investigation and working security, basically, trying to figure out what's happened. She's more there for the flame than anything, but also just lending her aid.
And caution, carefully. Make your way back to Asterian. And I don't want to say get ready for confrontation, but
I can do that.
Bree will already be prepping the Rangers.
Alright. I'll head back and see what I can cook up.
join her, but don't. It's a precarious situation.
Yes. I think so. The assassination of the king?
Yeah.
Not here for that.
We don't know that it was fully an assassination yet. We just assume.
My personal view on the matter is that until you have proven otherwise, the suspect should automatically be considered guilty in this case because of their previous interactions with the world around them.
Oh, they're definitely guilty. What they're guilty of is the real question mark.
Incompetence or assassination, they are the same thing in this case.
Valid. Both are met with death.
I will return to Asterian and see what I can do there. Shore the defenses and perhaps prepare for more direct confrontation.
And do try to get some rest. Delegate.
Yes, I will. Yesterday put me a bit under, so I'm going to have to spend some time recovering. Alright, I should head out right away then. The ashfall is going to get worse tonight.
Yes, go. Be careful.
Yes, thank you. And he begins on his way. At this point, you've probably got, I would say 9 more of your rangers in the city, and Inkasha is now leaving, so.
That's it. That's all I need to do.
Okay.
At this point, I guess I will address Spirit's character.
Midori, in this case, would be in the council chambers helping with the investigation.
Yeah.
That several counselors are also there.
It's a good place to start, actually, to ask some questions.
Ask some questions. Gather our party.
Is
Oh,
Nyx
that's
there
your phone.
too?
I would say Nex is with you.
Okay.
Nex tends to stick around near you.
Okay.
All right,
so
young
we all
ranger.
heading towards the council chambers?
Yes. For
Heading
whatever
to
reason,
the
my brain
council
was thinking
chamber.
you were already there.
Oh, no. Y'all are out in the city. That's where the meeting with Jocyn happened. As the meeting came to an end, you went to the alchemist, purchased some items, and now heading to the castle itself. You find yourselves on the second floor heading to the council chambers. You note that there's definitely increased security. There are guards everywhere. You also note that the Royal Guard is out in force. There are 40 members of the Royal Guard, and usually only 10 of them are ever on duty at any given time. In this case, you've probably seen at least 20 of them. More than half the Guard is active right now. And they are pretty concentrated around the council chambers itself. 2 of the Guard do seem to be following Freya basically everywhere she goes. They keep their distance, but they're always nearby. and they're not conspicuous either. The Royal Guard is they very much use intimidation to their favor, and so their armor is shiny and they wear the silver and black colors. At first, they don't allow you to pass, but on seeing Freya with you, they do, and you are allowed into the council chambers, where you see there are a couple of councilors, some of them sitting at their tables or what remains at their tables. You see the older councilor. I forgot his name off the top of my head. Councilor. This would be Councilor Barthen. Is sitting in a chair in a corner, and he's got a flask, and he's just nursing this flask, just kind of looking out over the council chambers. There's probably 5 or 6 royal guards in here, and along with many other individuals, people who are discussing with each individual counselor. There's 2 diviners, you notice, and the court diviners are very obvious who they are. They wear these billowing kind of poxy robes, and
made me think of a cape of billing. A cloak of
I mean,
billing.
they're very flashy and showy in their attire, and they are conducting some sort of seeing at the site of King Artus's death. Andressa is also there, and she is standing at the podium that the head wizard stood at, and she just seems to be thinking or surveying. So that's the site you are greeted with as you enter. You also see, at this point as well, Midori would be there, probably helping out with some of the investigations, gathering information for art, I would say. And then Aubrey is doing pretty much the same thing. In fact, I imagine Aubrey and Midori have already, at this point, kind of crossed paths, like, oh, I was looking for that info too. Or not Art, sorry, Aubrey. So Midori, as this basically would be like right before that they walked in, but you are in this area gathering information, speaking at this point with this would be Councilor Xur, who is one of the Dragonborn councilmen, brand new councilor, and has exhibited some maybe suspicious properties. Xur was one of the people who initially received the Ascari invitation, or the Ascari letter, and seemed to have been in a working relationship with the Ascari at one point. And so there's a lot of suspicion at this point, both the guards and basically everyone else on Councilor Xur. And so far, Xur has been very resilient to any kind of questioning, and continuously has been blaming the entire situation on Artus himself. As you're questioning him, I don't know anything about the Ascari. Yes, I worked with them once, but that does not make me some kind of monster. I'm just a counselor just like you. At this point, she's like pointing over at Councilor Stark, who is like ready to stab her in the throat. I'm innocent of this nonsense. And you, and she points to you, Midori, what authority do you have to sit here and question me? Aren't you Art's puppet?
You want to call me a puppet?
Well, that's what you act like, isn't it? Get out of my face.
You know, being this defensive only makes you look more suspicious.
I'm not interested in your opinion of me. I'm a counselor. What are you going to do, arrest me?
Would we walk in the middle of this conversation?
I would say this is probably right before you've walked in.
Okay.
I mean, I think being arrested is the least of your worries if you are working with them.
She narrows her eyes at you. She kind of shakes her head. You go tell Art that you've talked to me and that I am guilty of everything. See what she has to say. In fact, I think that Art did this. I think she set this up. Her grandiose reaction tells everything. She set it up and then was wild and amazed and, oh, look at what happened. Oh, no. No. She's guilty. She just crosses her arms and stares at you.
I just narrow my eyes at her.
Okay. Narrow your eyes. The captain of the guard comes over and gives you a nod. I'll take this one from here.
Alright.
Pretty much right after that, Emonir and Iverna and Freya would enter into the area. And I don't think you've met any of them yet, Midori, but you do know who basically all three of them are. You know from being kind of close with Art that she's talked about these three pretty frequently, about how they took down the demon and the plot to invade the city by the Imperials. But she also is always she's always viewed them in almost like too good to be heroes kind of route, or kind of perspective. She always seems suspicious that they're hiding something. But that's all you've really known about them. You've probably sat in on a few of these meetings and seen them debating and discussing and everything else, but innocent whistling. No, there's no hiding anything here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, so you three do enter into here. You see one of the counselors being, at this point, she's now got 4 different guards around her, along with Midori, and Aubrey is kind of waiting off in the wings for her turn. Hit a legendary sword? No, we didn't steal the legendary sword or anything.
Wasn't me. I don't have a legendary sword on me. Do you see a legendary sword on me? I don't.
But she caught me in the anvil. It wasn't me.
Somebody smoke drugs.
The scene is one of kind of in a bit of an intensity and maybe mourning. What are you guys doing in here?
I'm going to join Midori and use my status as a counselor to interject in that questioning.
Okay.
Join the captain of the guard, or
Gotcha.
That's who took over, correct?
Question: is the captain of guard also the captain of the guard of the Royal Knights?
The Royal Guard, no, they're 2 separate organizations. The Royal Guard is led by 2 individuals. They have a dyad in their leadership. And those 2 individuals, which I don't have the names of them on me right now, but you're fairly familiar with them, and they would be in this room as well. Those 2 individuals control everything the Royal Guard does. The Guard Captain controls the City Guard, which is a completely different organization.
Okay, I was just making sure.
They all still answer to the council, but ultimately they do operate independently of each other. Okay.
I'm gonna walk up and just kind of pat the captain on the shoulder.
Gotcha.
What is his name?
His name is Kanor.
How are you holding up, Kanor?
It's been a long night. No sleep. But we're no closer to solving this than we were when we started. There's a cry from some of the guards for retaliation against the Ascari, but not sure what to do about that.
Well, I'm prepping my own retaliation.
You be careful.
You know that I am. I'm the one person who can get past your guards.
I don't think the council wants anything to do with it, from what I can tell. They want to just
Well.
move on with their lives, but the guards don't, and this is going to get to the people sooner or later.
Now, rest assured that that's not a unanimous decision.
Understood. Councilor Xur, I believe that's all I'm going to need from you today. Don't leave town, please.
He gives her a nod. She She basically does a gesture that is basically the equivalent of a fuck you.
Sorry, I do have a couple of questions.
Oh, this'll be good. What do you want?
Want to give you a chance to prove your innocence.
Prove my innocence? Are we assuming I'm guilty?
No. I just judge people by their actions.
I see. What am I needing to prove?
Tell us about the Ascari. How many are there? What can we expect if we were to go
See if
there?
Sir knows anything about the actual Ascari themselves.
She said she worked with them.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you know anything about them.
Fair.
I've worked with Mountain Dew. What do you call them? Mountain Dew merchandisers before. I don't know shit about Mountain Dew.
It's alligator piss.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good alligator piss. Anyway, you see her kind of break down a little bit. I'd like you to roll either some kind of charisma check, either persuasion, intimidation, etc. Not deception.
Alright, well, I don't intimidate people, so...
Okay.
It's a 12. Oh wait, that's a 16.
Right, elegant courtier. Okay. You see her break down for a minute and just kind of... I did work with them a while back before I ever became a counselor. They're a secretive bunch. They will do work for you, but not for money. They want unique bits and bobs. I happen to have a ring that was given to me by my father, and I traded that so that they would assist me in building my business, and they did. They did everything that I hired them to do, and more. They were pleasant to work with, but they only ever sent one person. I never went to Wail's End. I don't know how many there are, but I know that there's more than there were here. There's at least, I would say, 4 more, just judging by the faces.
Insight check.
Go for it.
19.
Doesn't seem to be hiding anything. It seems to be truthful.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation.
She narrows her eyes at you. You're welcome.
But why are you narrowing your eyes at me?
I just think
That's
it's
a blind woman.
strange. It's true.
Listen, I can see within 10 feet of me.
That's
Oh,
true.
I
You
know,
can.
but they
actually.
don't know that.
Some daredevil shit.
Also true. Yeah.
She just, I think it's just weird that you joined the council and there's just been all sorts of bad things happening. Sometimes I wonder about individual motives. I know the council is a bit of a competition, and sometimes the company we keep tells more than we would like it to.
In response to that, I'm going to chuck my knife on the table in front of her. Point down into it as a acknowledgement of who she's referring to.
Intimidation check.
I'm not great at those.
It's okay, she rolled a 2. She kind of recoils a little bit.
Iverna picks up the knife and hands it back to Emonir. And turns around back to, what's her name?
Xur.
Xur.
She's a white dragonborn.
I have nothing to hide. If you would like to question me, then please, by all means.
Did the girl have her father killed?
No. Not that I'm aware of. Don't see why she would, though.
Because she's queen now.
I always got the impression that she didn't want it.
I don't have any more questions.
Good. It would be unwise of you to say things that you cannot retract.
It's unwise to threaten a counselor, even if you are one.
I don't make threats.
The next
I make
promise.
promises.
The next promise that leaves your lips is going to end poorly. Think about
Hey.
what you say, Councilor Emonir.
Hey, she was cooperative. Understandably, and she kind of like, Verna like, I want to say side eyes, but like she doesn't have eyes, so you
Gestures.
know, yeah, she gestures her head like slightly towards Xur. Understandably, we came out of nowhere. I don't blame her for having questions.
As long as she keeps my reputation in mind, and, you know, doesn't besmirch the reputation of other counselors.
I mean, I don't feel like my reputation was besmirched. Was my reputation besmirched?
Yours? No.
Well, that was directed at Xur.
Yours? Absolutely not.
Well, was... Oh,
Sorry, I'm removing pieces from the board.
Oh.
was... Emonir's... defensive. I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
Goodbye.
And she says telepathically, Don't pick fights, please."
We don't need fights.
If she wants to accuse Freya, she is picking the fight.
It wasn't an accusation, it was a question.
Hmm. You know how I am defensive of the three of you.
I know. We're not accusing her of anything, we're just asking questions. She was doing the same.
I'm going to mentally shrug. I don't know how to express that in any other fashion other than shrugging. I'm not even going to mentally shrug. I'm going to visibly shrug.
Fucking... There's a line in the last book of The Wheel of Time where somebody's just like, Did you just mentally scowl at me? How do you even do that? Anyway.
Okay.
Thank you again, sir.
Goodbye, Counselor. Go off and play hero. Find whatever you need to go find, whatever heroic, legendary item you're going to bring back to solve this problem.
As I do.
I am no hero.
I never said you were.
As long as we have our opinions straight.
Someone in the back is just like, just fuck already.
Oh, there will be insertion.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I don't like
It ain't
that.
gonna be pleasant.
At all. That could... Nope. Nope.
Midori, as your
Yes, I realize that could be taken very long.
what'd you
Wrong.
say, Spirit?
I didn't sign up for this shit.
You don't know what you signed up for.
That's fair.
You joined a group with a blind fighter, a master assassin, whatever Eve is playing.
Eldritch Horror, a Seeker.
Seeker, that's right.
Yeah.
And a paladin.
I love the idea that, like, Verna had turned around when she, like, narrowed her eyes at me, and she had stopped and been like, why did you narrow your eyes at me? Without even, like, even looking.
Xur is just like, I don't like that.
Yes. I would think that our reputation alone is enough to intimidate most people, especially those that know the bigger details of it.
Sometimes. Xur is barely familiar with y'all. Xur is a brand new counselor who's been on the council for about 2 years.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Significantly our junior.
Yes, absolutely. Xur, actually, looking through them, Xur is the newest counselor.
Gotcha.
Right. So, I guess Verna would walk up to Midori and be like, "Are you coming with us?"
I was going to do that more tactfully, but
I am not a tactful person.
no, you're not, and I'm aware of that. You're blunt, I'm...
Ooh.
You're the sledgehammer, I'm the scalpel. That's the best way to think about it. You kick in the front door, and I throw the scalpel through it.
what does going with you entail?
Well, we were either going to the Ascari, what's that inn called? Wail.
Have the map open. Wail's End.
Wail's End. That one.
Yeah,
that
Wail's
one.
End.
Or we are going to. I'm bad with names.
The
Place
cave.
in the Scar. Yes, the cave. To get to that
Arcadia.
place in
The
Scar.
Born.
The Born.
Yeah, that place.
Well, I think we go with our reputation personally, and get the payback that is well deserved after this fiasco.
Or get information on how to undo it.
I mean, that will be involved, but I'm going to have my fun getting that information. And there is as much malice in my voice as can possibly be mustered.
That's terrifying.
I can't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it well because I don't have that much malice in my voice to specifically add that to this conversation.
The only malice I have is for Twinkies.
Fuck Twinkies.
Deep fried or otherwise?
Both. Fill my face. Wait, hold on. Just something sweet, okay? It's even more awkward than I was looking at otherwise.
What? You were doing what? I was spaced.
There
I
you
said
go.
something about Twinkies filling my face and then looked at you.
Oh.
Have a Twinkie gift.
I can go get Twinkies if you want. I want snacks anyway.
The store is closed. Well, I guess the convenience store isn't. Go get Twinkies during the break, thanks.
No.
I'm gonna get convenience
Wow.
store Twinkies.
Yeah. Anyways,
No,
Buddy.
you gotta get the jumbo ones that are big and floppy.
I've actually never seen one of those.
They don't really exist, I don't think.
Dungeons and Dragons is a Twinkie simulator.
I mean, when you stab a bad guy, things pour out. Same way
that's
when you
true.
stab a Twinkie, cream pours out.
Well,
God damn it.
yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, you're right, but why are you gonna say it like that?
Because, listen,
Because we are vastly inappropriate.
this is what lies below number 2. Alright.
I mean,
Anyway, so yes, that is what that entails.
I mean, if you're going for revenge, I'll tag along.
It's not necessarily revenge, it's information.
Yeah, details.
this is the kind of person we need more of. Details are important.
As
But-
long as we're back when Art gets back, I don't have a problem.
I guarantee nothing.
Andressa kind of walks up to you after sitting at the podium for a while, and at this point, Xur has gotten up and left the chambers. But Andressa walks up to you and I've been trying to glimpse something in the future all night. Some hint of what is to come, but over and over again, every time you exit the city doors, it fades. I've had trouble with divination before. But usually, it's not like this.
You know? Do you know why?
No,
Because this is Kingdoms of Amalur and we are fateless.
it might be.
Because the world has lacked hope till now.
I'm going to
She
sigh
ponders
very
on what you
heavily
said.
and walk in Aubrey's direction.
What'd you say, Ray?
Yeah, Aubrey's not far from you. She ponders what you've thought. She just kind of, you can tell she's thinking. It's got her a little disturbed.
More specifically, until we came along.
I think that whatever happens next is on your shoulders.
What pun?
Hope. The name of your sword.
Oh god, we didn't
Oh,
have
I
it
didn't
until
mean
now.
it as a pun like that. No.
No, even if you didn't, my character is absolutely having that same reaction as if you did just make that joke.
Oh no. It was a very serious moment.
That's when the best jokes come out. Even if they are
She's
unintentional.
8 in. She's not smart enough to make that joke.
I think okay, that kind of falls in the dad joke category, and I feel like dad jokes come more out of wisdom than they do intellect.
Fuck.
This is true. This is true.
I hate you.
I'm all in on this explanation of dad jokes. Dad jokes are jokes made with wisdom.
Fuck.
Considering I probably have the next highest wisdom in the party behind you and Aubrey.
Aubrey's wisdom's not very high. She just has really high charisma.
Is it? Okay.
Mine is 12.
Aubrey's, I think, is also 12.
So mine is probably the next highest, so I would be the most likely to get your dad joke.
Yeah, Aubrey ignores it. Aubrey, at this point, is kind of falling in with y'all, just curious as to what you're doing here.
Oh yeah, Aubrey, are you coming?
I'm assuming that I am. I think
Cool.
that's, given our history together, and given what's happened here today, the Flame would want me to follow you. And she nods to a set of candles, that are kind of off to the side, help provide light to the room, and they are gently blowing in your direction, the group's direction.
You know you are always welcome at our table.
She gives them just a slight, like, half bow.
I'm kidding, she can't see the fire.
Trying to blow the candles out from across the room.
Yeah.
You can't play an instrument, that's not a thing you can do.
God damn.
Actually,
Listen, there's a YouTube
no.
video of a blind grandpa playing some of the best fucking electro boogie I've ever fucking seen anyone play.
I have proficiency with jeweler's tools.
That is not a musical instrument.
No, it is not. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
It's an instrument if you think it is.
Anything that makes noise can be played as an instrument.
So jeweler's tools are an instrument.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, yes. So is a powder keg.
I respect it.
What was it that we had? Was that the last time we played this that I made the joke that you could use echolocation from a cannon?
Don't remember.
I believe that was in this room of, like, causing an explosion in order to allow Yaverna to see through echolocation.
Oh, that hurts my brain to think about. Still.
That would be like, oh, this room is dark, and so you put the sun in the middle of it.
I mean, yeah, but you can still see more.
You can't.
It'd be like a flashbang.
I can't see shit anymore.
You know how the cuckoo reacts to sonic bombs? That'd be me.
Who doesn't have the same reaction to you blowing up a large barrel bomb in its face?
That's
I
true.
mean, yes, but like, it's still a sonic bomb.
I mean,
The big old bomb.
technically it's not. A barrel bomb does not have the same effects as a sonic bomb. It does not. I mean, it would be, but it's not as loud as a sonic bomb.
Well, it's damaging to my ears. I see with those.
Edging to my brain right now.
I'm going to, like, logic this enough that it sticks eventually.
Oh,
So anyway, Andressa does address you. Haha. The path when you leave. Which way are you going?
oh.
Into the darkness.
The Vorn, then.
I guess both paths are technically the darkness.
The dark.
See, my whole thing is that if I don't know what I'm doing, then my enemies can't know what I'm doing.
Well, as a diviner, I certainly can't know what you're doing, so I suppose that's working.
She taps her temple.
Big think.
Big thonk.
I'm gonna mentally say this to Ara. Did she just admit to being our enemy?
No?
Her response to you saying that if you don't know what you're doing, your enemies can't, is that she certainly can't.
Right, because she's a divination person.
Your noodle's busted. You have too much faith in people. You know, for the once super pessimistic character.
That's why she has you.
Big true.
Big kill the people that
I
are...
made a blood pact. Listen, all right.
It's true, you did.
You made a blood pact, I made a blood pool.
You know, roughly the same thing.
Difference is that it's your blood, in your case. In my case, it's other people's blood. That's about the only glass that's half full for me.
As you kind of discuss in this room, your paths for the room slowly does begin to clear out. Many of the counselors eventually leave. Most of the guards do stay. As you're present, they kind of just don't want to leave you, but
which council members were left after she left?
there would have been excuse me. There would have been Councilor Stark, who is actually still in the room. She's the only counselor still left in the room. Councilor Torg, who is the half-orc. Councilor Ven, who is a wood elf. And that would have been actually it for counselors in the room. Councilor Barthen would have eventually gotten up and left, as he kind of been watching the whole situation. But Stark is actually still in the room, and then right after Xur left, it was Torg and Haven.
Okay. Nureau and Haven. Who's those?
The two that are on the board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
even Aubrey's done quite a bit of murdering.
Yeah, Javerna is really not very high on that list, and her body count's significantly lower than the rest of ours.
Aubrey is a traveling priestess. She doesn't generally murder, but she's fought a lot of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
The guard captain's name is Crone, right?
Yeah.
Canner.
Canner, yeah.
Canner. Okay. What about the two elite guards, captain?
They would be Varys and Tivy. Let's see here.
Varys and Tivy and... How do you say his name again?
1 second. They are the Karens of the Royal Guard. And then the other one is Cranor. Or Canor, yeah.
She does motion them to come here, and she does say their names.
Okay. Varys, who is probably 40-something human, looks very scruffy, very battle-hardened. He's got a long military career behind him. He does approach and give you the kind of chest salute where he's got his arm over his chest and gives you a little half bow. Typhi also comes up. Typhi is very different than Varys. She's much younger than Varys. She's probably early 20s, which is surprising for her position. But she has consistently demonstrated the ability to think in a tactical and predictive manner. She's uncanny at predicting unfortunate events. A lot of people think she's a diviner, but there's no proof to that.
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna say this, but I'm going to go with them.
My lady, perhaps it would be best if you stay here. We understand your background, but the city needs a monarch. The council is in shambles. The king is dead. The people are going to need a rally, someone to rally to.
Information needs to be found, and if I sit still any longer, I'm going to go absolutely nuts.
But what if this is a plot against your family? What if you're next?
Varys, how long have you known me? Or I guess that's the question. Did you motion them towards our little pile of people?
Well,
Or
to
did
me,
you pop on your own?
but I'm in the middle of the room. I was just kind of looking around, just aimlessly doing things.
I guess my question is this a conversation between just you and them, or are the rest of us also
Yeah,
a part of it?
You're free to be a part of it.
Okay.
You're not too far away from me.
Yeah. Varys, how long have you known us? Do you really think that we would let anything happen to her?
This is difficult for me. This is part of my job. My entire existence is protecting the royal family, and there is one surviving member left. You'll have to forgive me if I'm hesitant to go along with this plan.
What if there was another?
He cocks his head. Pardon?
I was just curious.
We would still want to protect Freya, but it ultimately is the bloodline that we are driven to protect. As she represents the last remaining hope for the bloodline, you'll understand when I say that this is a bad idea.
And then why not bring the royal guards to war?
That is an option we are considering. But war against what? The Ascari?
Well, the Rangers are preparing for it. Why not join us?
Because we have a duty to Freya.
Well, there's a good chance she's also fighting that war.
If she is there, we will be there as well.
We know nothing about them.
It's been the trend. See.
If it really is a plot against my family, my father would prefer the city to be protected.
The city guard is for protecting the city. The royal guard is protecting you. It's just chaos if you're gone.
Well, then come with us.
But then the people of the city don't have someone to rally to. They don't have a leader. Well, the council is great, but having a face is important.
Canor has rallied the people in the past. I believe he's up to the task again. Plus, he could keep this under wraps pretty decently.
I question my ability to keep it under wraps. There are already murmurs in the streets. Something went down here yesterday. People heard noises and maybe even saw things. I can't keep a wildfire from spreading. I can only attempt to stymie the damage.
Being a people's person, and I am going to flex my background a little bit here.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Of, what's
folk hero?
Yeah, folk hero.
Mm-hmm.
Why not play into it? Be honest, open with them.
That is what
That the king is missing and his daughter has gone off to get him back. That's a story that people can get behind. It makes it seem more relatable.
And if you start prepping the guard for the inevitable war, the people will rally behind you and also help in that preparation.
This does weaken Imbervolt's position as the center of power within the fist, but I suppose that's a discussion for another time.
It's only weakened if we fail.
And attempts can be made. Spin the story, contain it. And if you need a face, and you hear Stark, the only counselor remaining in the room, kind of call out. I've been known to inspire a person or two. Put me as a figurehead. We'll have it up and running in no time. What's the story we're going with here? You got captured by evil wizards and we're gonna go slay the wizards to get him back?
I suppose that's ultimately your decision, Freya.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to spin it?
My opinion, from the people's eyes, I think spinning you as a hero going back to seek vengeance and recapture your father is the best way to go about it.
People love a good revenge story.
And we'll get some information out of that, and with that thought, I'm twirling the, what is it? Poison. The injury one that used for torture. The
Gotcha.
Writhe.
Writhe, yeah.
I'll twirl that in my fingers very... not haphazardly, but pointedly so that it's obvious what I mean.
Okay. I have a question. How does she want to be a figurehead?
Stark is flashy. She's a counselor that appeals to the people. She's charismatic. She's a former mercenary, and she's got a little bit of a reputation, a fame of being this kind of cocky, full of herself, but also like the people love her because she's so cocky and full of herself type of thing. She's also proven herself to be a pretty shrewd diplomat. She's very good at politics. She's very good at getting things done. Usually when the council has a problem, if it gets to the point where it's becoming a bickering match between a bunch of counselors, usually Stark just does it herself.
Yaverna's gonna say something telepathically to Freya.
Okay.
Take this with a grain of salt. I don't know much about leading, but in my experience, the people that want to lead most often shouldn't.
Big truth.
Also going to lean in and say that Canor will be here to keep an eye on him, and there's always Nyx as well. But I'm going to lean towards Freya and whisper this.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
I'm amazing at these.
You're pretty good at these. 28, yeah, okay. Yeah, Stark does not have 28 passive perception. She does not hear what you say.
What is the passive perception there?
Stark? 14?
Damn.
I would have had to roll a nat 1 to fail that.
Oh my god. No, you would have still succeeded. That one would put you at 16.
Doesn't meat go to the observer?
It does. Yeah, So what's your stealth bonus? It's a 13, yeah.
Plus 13.
So that is true. That is true. If she has 14 and you roll a 14, then that would go to her because you have to beat her passive perception.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's correct. So yeah, literally only a natural one.
I would have to literally sneeze mid-sentence for her to hear me. And I can always leave the contingent of rangers I left here with under Canor's command in the meantime, or Nyx's as well.
I don't have a hand in, or I don't have any skin in the game with who ends up in charge of Imbervault, so.
Can I insight check that?
That was Aubrey.
Oh.
So, what's the plan?
Figurehead is good. But I would like to put somebody else in charge of my stead whenever I have to step out.
A second in command. Who would that be?
Eve. Freya looks at Nyx.
What? You want me to rule Imbervault in your stead?
Oh.
Yeah, are you gonna backstab me? I don't think so.
I don't think I'm capable of doing so, even if I want to. As you command.
This will be temporary while I'm outside the city.
Wow.
Typhi kind of looks between you and Nyx, and she... feel like maybe there's somebody better. I don't know. Maybe like...
I mean,
You could put either me or Varys in charge, or maybe both. We just, kind of... Holy shit, dude.
I thought the two of you were coming with us.
We're gonna go do some vengeance. Yeah, I suppose we are.
then either you, one of you, or him, points to, how you say his name again?
Kenner? Or Kenner, yeah.
Kenner. Act as a bottleneck for him if you want.
I will, as my lady commands.
I mean, I know you're uncomfortable with it, but he's loyal.
Very well. I am not one for leadership, but I feel as if I do not have much of a choice in this matter.
At least it's temporary.
At least it is temporary. Bleh.
Darth Vader the snake.
I imagine him doing that. Bleh.
Swallows a fly.
How low is his charisma, just for curiosity's sake?
Nexus charisma? It's not terrible. It's 10.
Okay.
He's got 18 wisdom and 15 int, though.
It was more of because he's making a public statement. Swallowing a fly would be on par if he had 8 charisma.
Very true. Yeah, he's got lots of great proficiencies. None of them are charisma skills. But 18 wisdom is useful, so
And should something happen to me, he is more likely to find out than all of you beforehand.
I will know. Very well. If that is what you wish, are we then... Is our plan to go and assault the Ascari headquarters?
I will let you guys handle that if you want to assault the headquarters. Looking at Amir and Urbana.
What? Oh, I would like to go talk to them. I'm not necessarily sure we need to assault them yet.
Bree will make sure that the Rangers will meet us there.
Maybe they're all dead.
That would be convenient. That would also be inconvenient.
Well-
I was about to say, it depends on how you look on that situation.
How much trust do we put into the fact that, they said we had how much time left?
years?
I
10?
believe it was a few years before the world was swallowed in ash.
How long will it take us to get there?
Few weeks.
The Whale's End is about 2 weeks away.
So 2 weeks there, 2 weeks back. How long to the cave?
The Vorn is it's almost the same exact distance as Whale's End.
Oh, alright. So take us, a month. How many months are in a year?
In Nureau, I think we kept it as 12 just to make it easy. I stopped doing custom calendar systems. Fuck that noise.
Alright. So it I mean, that's already a month gone.
It's true.
12th of our year.
I guess what you do with in the Vorn matters as well.
Mm-hmm.
We have no idea how long it might take you to cross through that. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we have the time, personally, for a drawn-out conflict. I think asking questions, getting some answers would be best. Maybe there aren't that many. If there aren't that many, perhaps some more persuasive methods.
Typhy
Disdainfully.
Typhy leans, kind of like leans over and puts her arm on Emonir's shoulder. She goes, "Persuasive methods, stab them."
Oh no, stabbing is for when I'm done with them. I think Typhy and I get along real well.
Typhy's got a similar bent to you.
I mean, I would like to imagine that my rangers as kind of Yaverna's Royal Guard get along with the Royal Guard of Embervault
Yes.
At least on a very well and high professional basis.
Yes, obviously. And each counselor does have their own personal guard. Like Art has Midori, for instance. Art usually travels just with Midori, or like sometimes she'll have 2 or 3 other guards with her, but it's pretty rare. And then Stark actually does not travel with guards. There's a couple of other counselors who do have guards, and Barthen usually has 4 or 5 guards around him at all times.
Wait, so if I'm here...
Then Art is more than likely alone.
Well, that wasn't very smart of me.
Well, that would have been something she requested. You stay here and try and figure out what the fuck's going on.
It wasn't very smart of her.
She did.
I fucking hope not.
You know that Art is...
Yeah.
She's a very capable individual, so generally speaking, wouldn't worry too much about her.
Hey, usually only her guard stays with her.
That's the way a lot of elves are as well. And Art being an elf, she's quite a bit older than most people. So
I really have to use the bathroom.
that's fine. Let's go ahead and take a short little break as well. I actually do as well. So
Okay,
just
cool.
like 10 minutes here.
I'm ready.
Picking back up where we left off. You're all in the council chamber talking to the guards about a potential plan moving forward.
So this is how I see it. She will act as the face, a voice, a figurehead, as you will. He will get all the deciding power, essentially. And you two are to support and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. And also reinforce if anything else happens. That makes sense?
So basically what you're saying is he makes the decisions. I, get the people to support them. I'm the person going out on the stage and saying, look at what we were doing. And then the guard, I'm sorry, what were your names? Anyway, they're here to kill us if we get too power hungry.
That is the gist of it.
I wasn't gonna go as far as say kill.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm down.
So no objections?
As you command. If this is what you think is the best path forward, then I suppose I can't argue.
I will be gone for 2 weeks. For the first trip.
You'll be gone for a month.
Possibly.
Unless you have some way of getting back here quickly.
No.
You don't know what the mages are capable of. They could send us back in here tomorrow.
They could send you back in pieces.
That sounds unpleasant.
Bury me with my hat if they do.
As long as I'm alive to do it as well. Well, it sounds like the path is set. Oh.
Somebody step on a chihuahua?
Yes, that's exactly what just happened.
Yep.
That is the exact noise that was.
Yeah.
Got tiny chihuahuas in this house.
And they like to get in front of your feet while you're trying to walk and go, woo, 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 look at me. And I'm like, I will fucking punt you like a football.
Chihuahuas go downstairs better than cats.
Oh, God.
And, telepathically back to Yorana. Does that suit your concern on not letting her have too much power?
Yorana is muted.
Huh? What? Was that directed at me? I
Yes.
didn't think it was.
Yeah, it said
Oh.
Yorana.
What?
It was telepathically returned to you.
Oh. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Does that sate your concern on her having too much power?
Well, that wasn't a concern. I was just offering advice. Well, not advice, but input.
Your input was taken into consideration when I made this decision.
Yeah, no, I think you chose well.
So it's settled then. You're going to go and fight the Ascari.
As Yorana put it, we're going to go and ask questions.
I see.
And I just give the knowing grin.
Well, I suppose that I don't have anything else to offer, so good luck. And let me know if you need anything more.
Yeah. Those two are gonna probably want to stay. Points to the two cards that kept following me.
We'll make sure that nobody follows you out if that is your wish, though I would be more comfortable knowing you had at least a couple of guards to support you.
Tell you what, if any of those guards can beat me one-on-one combat, they can come.
The guards kind of like glance at each other, like. Let me see if one of these guards could ever beat you in one-on-one combat. Okay.
If you're more
Verna,
comfortable in a 2-on-2, we can make it that way as well.
Verna, what's your HP?
My current HP or my max HP?
Your max HP.
92.
Okay, and what is your? You attack what, 3 times around?
Currently, yes.
And it's a 1d10 or 1d8?
1d8.
1d8. Okay.
20 AC.
You could probably kill one of these guards in 3 turns. and I'm not sure that they would hit you the entire time.
Her current
Oh, well.
her current health would probably be her downfall.
I don't think they could even drop me from my current health.
Probably not.
They don't do a ton of damage.
That crit did no damage.
Just... They don't do a lot of damage, okay?
Yeah, no, that would
Yes,
do...
These are CR3 boyos.
22? That would do half of my current health.
They're like a level 5 character.
Yeah.
I mean, we could make it easier on them. All they have to do is find me.
Nope. No, that's not happening either.
Brian starts snickering.
Just for... I was going to say you should leave those up for a moment.
Oh.
That's about as low as I ever roll.
That's beatable.
That is beatable.
Oh, shit! Damn,
Yeah.
2 of them would have found you.
2 of them could have found me.
Listen, it's hard to hide in a room full of candles and no cover.
I mean, yeah.
My point,
Even with disadvantage.
my point is, nothing personal, but you would probably get in the way more.
The guards exchange little looks like, oh.
I say that as a caring person who watched Enkosh, who I value very dearly. He got in the way.
And I would hate for one of you to get killed.
See? And
Just...
that's the stuff we deal with normally.
I'm just gonna hang my head and say, you should probably stop before you give them a complex.
Well, the point is taken. We aren't trained for this type of thing, so perhaps it is better if we stay behind. Alright. If that is what you wish, then that is what we will do. And he nods to the guards, who both kind of relax their positions a bit.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to Typhi coming along, but you've already been commanded to stay here.
Unfortunately, I've got to sit here and help rule a city. You know how it is.
If it makes you feel better, go visit our friendly alchemist. I'm sure he will have concocted something that will cheer you up.
I don't think he will. The last time I got something from him was pretty shit. I make my own.
With that statement, I'm going to show her the Widow's Tears.
Oh yeah, she knows what that is. Ooh.
Yeah. This one is getting saved for a rainy day.
It's gonna have to be pretty rainy. Let me know how it works out.
We can exchange notes or trade poisons later.
I feel like trade poisons is a euphemism. Hold on.
What does that mean?
I was thinking more like think of it like trading cards.
There you go. Look, okay. I'll give you 3 rise for your Orc's Bane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll trade you 1 worm venom for a Widow's Tear.
I'm sure whenever you're doing poker, instead of chips, you would use poison.
Now you're thinking like an assassin.
Oh god.
Trade knives instead of poker chips. All right. So as you kind of secure this position and kind of lock yourself in place here, lock the plan in place here, what is the plan? We'll say the day prior to leaving town. What kind of preparations are you making, if any, or are you just spending the day in town, kind of loosely getting ready, and then leaving tomorrow?
I already more or less did what I was planning on right before we leave, because I assumed we would be leaving after said conversation. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. If
Okay.
we're staying another day, I would absolutely go
It's up
find
to
a
you.
massage.
Okay. Yeah, that would not be hard to find. Especially for a counselor, easy peasy.
In a bath.
End up in one of the little, like, they do have bathhouses where, you know, it's basically like a little spa. Since this is Impervault, Impervault does sit in a kind of a precarious position, geologically speaking. They do have hot springs here.
Pompeii?
Pretty much.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. They do have hot springs here. So
Yeah,
the area not far from here to the south is very mildly volcanically active. Okay. So Ivernus spends the day basically relaxing at a hot spring, getting ready for the fucking shit show ahead. Is anyone else doing anything before we go ahead and transition into the next day?
I probably would have just scoured the shady underbelly for anything interesting.
Gotcha.
Freya would probably just be wandering around the city.
Okay. Taking a long look at the city that is your home, knowing you're embarking yet again on a dangerous adventure, like you've done many times in the past, though this one has more of a distinct feel to it, a solemnness, that sense of excitement isn't really there for this one. It's more of a this has to be done type of thing. And you all spend some time in Impervault just kind of in your own way saying goodbye to the city for a little while. The next day, as you gather, morning comes, and as you all kind of gather yourself up, trading poisons. Oh, God. Begin your exit out of the front gate. You do find that there is a small company of guards awaiting you. This would be very early in the morning as well, long before most of the citizens would even be awake to see anyone leave. A small company of guards does await you and see you out the front gate, which, you note, there's a much heavier reinforcement currently than there usually is. And you walk out of Impervault and into the thick and deadly ashfall. The journey, and you are going to Wail's End, just to make clear, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
We have questions
journey
to ask.
To Wail's End is about 2 weeks long, and the journey itself is actually pretty difficult. Travel over miles and miles of barren ash fields. There, it's grass and soil poisoned by the ashfall. This is a path that bandits roam pretty frequently, but days pass. 4 days, 5. You're getting closer and closer to Wail's End, and not only have you not seen any bandits, you have not seen any wildlife almost at all. The land itself, as you're traveling further and further outward, you really are starting to see the effects of this ashfall being kind of enhanced. It's not just bandits, there's no birds. Even, as usually there's few. There's no small animals, there's no large animals that you run into. For days, your journey is as quiet as it could possibly be. But not everything is peaceful during this journey. And you do find yourselves at times, on the 6th day it would be, encountering a small band of kind of a ragtag crew. They look like maybe they are bandits, but as you encounter them, you kind of have come over like the crest of a hill, and you see them nesting in the valley. There's 4 or 5 of them sitting there, and currently they are all just around a little fire that's been built. They have some kind of awning like put up over them to help divert some of the ashfall away from the fire and themselves. And it looks like they've just made camp. This is probably about halfway through your 6th day on the journey. As you crest the hill, in this very moment, they haven't noticed you. What are you doing?
Verna keeps fucking walking.
Yeah. And I'm going to do my thing.
Oh, have we had a long rest by this point? Because this would be 8 days now.
You what?
Cool.
Huzzah.
Long rest.
Yep, long rest.
Shit.
Okay. So, if Yaverna is going to walk into camp like a blind person,
I have no idea they're there unless somebody's like actually visibly, like physically said something.
that's a not great roll. What the hell?
There's a camp there, Yaverna.
Oh, friendly?
Don't know. We should
You
let-
also
Cool.
would have noticed
Go find
me
out.
exit your radius of vision as I snuck off to the side.
That's a good point too. Also, I would have seen you
Yeah.
Briefly.
and hear you.
Yes. You absolutely can, but you're also fully aware of my presence. They are not.
Freya's passive perception is 20. I completely forgot about that.
It's 20.
It's 20.
Can we? Do they have any kind of identifying marks on them?
Go ahead and roll a perception check, and you're all staying out in the open?
Oh yeah, I'm just continuing to walk.
Okay.
Somebody said something and I was like, yep, I wonder if they're friendly.
Gotcha.
As a note, I have no weapons on me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you have a stick? Or I guess you don't
I
need
would
a
have a
stick.
stick, yes. I would have a stick.
A fancy
I would have,
cane
like, a
for a...
walking stick. Yeah.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second here. Okay, a perception of 13. From this distance, you're probably at least like, I would say 500 or 600 feet away right now. From this distance, you can't make out any identifying marks or anything. They're all wearing pure black clothing, which is not uncommon out here in the ash. Helps to blend in.
Mhm.
But they are, the best you can tell, there's 5 of them.
In case there's any of them sneaking around, my passive perception is 20.
Gotcha. Good to know.
Mine is 22.
Good to know.
Unless it's sight, in which case... Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, unless they're within 10 feet of me, it's not great.
But I will continue my way forward stealthily and outside of Yaverna's vision.
Noted.
But assuming there's... we have some... You have the ability to mental link with us, right?
Who?
Mara? You?
Oh, yeah.
I would have kept within mental link range.
That is 110 feet.
Gotcha. Good to know. Okay. As you approach the camp, they do notice you after you get about 100 feet closer, and you see one of them grabs a bow and just kind of stands there and watches you. You hear, as you hit about probably 200 feet away from them, he calls out. He's probably, just judging for at this distance now, you can tell he's probably pretty young. Seems to be somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe like his early 20s, maybe even a little younger. And he speaks with an authority in his voice, but also a kind of a weariness. He's tired. Don't come any closer. I don't want to have to kill you.
Oh, alright.
I don't know who you are or what you want, but we don't have anything. We've already given everything we have.
this wretched land?
I don't want anything. Didn't even know anybody was here.
He just kind of eyes the group, just waits.
We were just passing through on our way to Wail's... Fuck, what's that place called again?
Wail's End.
Wail's End.
Oh, I was right. Wail's End.
There's plenty of room to pass, not through our camp. We don't want any trouble with you, please.
Do I look like I could give you trouble?
Yes.
How?
We have a company of guards with us.
You've got...
What? Who?
Well, no, there's not a company of guards with you. You told them to stay behind.
Oh, yeah.
But he just kind of motions to your group.
There's several of you.
How many people followed me?
I mean, over the hillside at this point, even if
fair.
you've drawn attention, they can see people on the hillside. So even if they didn't follow you directly, they're still there.
Well,
I'm the only one missing, essentially.
Yeah.
Fair point. Fair point. What are you doing out here?
I believe that's our business.
Also a fair point.
Listen, just go. There's no reason for you to be here, unless you're trying to be malicious.
What if I'm trying to be nice?
Nice doesn't exist out here.
It does. It does.
What do you want?
Tell me, do you know of Astoria? Is it Astoria? Wait, no, hold on, I'm getting campaigns confused.
Wrong one.
And the story something.
What's Asteria?
Asteria. There
Yep.
it is. That's the capital, right?
Embervault. Asteria is your settlement. Into Asteria.
Oh, Asteria. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Tell me, do you know of Embervault? And Asteria? Asteria?
I'm not familiar with the second one, but we know where Embervault is. We steer clear of it when we can.
At those words, I'm going to ready my bow.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Okay.
That's 22.
22? Right. There's a lot of people that spend quite a bit of their time out in the wastes. Not all of them are good people. Outlaws exist in multiple forms and fashions, and it's not uncommon to encounter people that are either wanted in Embervault or are banned from Embervault, one of the two.
Are you outlawed by chance?
The laws of the city don't apply to us out here. We can live how we want.
I'm gonna telepathically ask, how many people do they have with them?
Count 5,
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, you haven't fired on me, or us yet. Which leads me to think you aren't bad people.
I care not for the judgment of anyone.
Right. But look, I want to help.
I'm sorry, but we don't want you here. Go away.
Okay.
If you're headed towards
The direction, and he nods to the east where you'd go to find Wail's End.
I wish you the best of luck.
If you need a place to stay,
We don't need a place to stay. We need a place to run.
if you need a place to run. Wait, run from what?
He looks kind of almost like incredulously around.
You're not aware, and you're heading there. The land here is covered in monsters.
Oh. Okay,
Much
well,
further, not even a day's travel that way. To the
Okay.
east, and you'll find yourself up to your necks in writhing creatures.
Well, if you need a place to run to that is safe, yeah, you know what, she'd say this. I kind of lead a small town, city, whatever you want to call it. We don't judge based off of past lives. We tend to give people new chances. We believe in hope.
Hope's in short supply. Where is this city of yours?
Can I... right, I can't mark it on a map. How do I describe... south of the Scar? Can I show you a map?
He seems kind of weary. Roll persuasion.
And she holds out her hands too, like she's only got the stick in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's 15.
Okay, 15.
Oh,
He looks
don't you
to
get
his-
whatchamacallit?
Oh yeah, you should get a +4 to that, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be 19.
Okay, 19. Okay. Yeah, he looks kind of wearily at some of his allies. One of them just gives him a nod and just seems to like almost kind of, yo, go. He drops the bow and kind of slowly walks over, crosses the little gap between you.
Okay. I very slowly from my pack pull out a map and point it to him. It's probably like upside down.
Yep. He notices at this point you're blind, and he, I see. Well,
It's upside down, isn't it?
yes.
She flips it.
And where is this village of yours located?
I think, and she like points somewhere-ish in the middle.
It's,
Okay.
I believe it's north of Emberbald, south of the Scar.
Yeah.
She would have it marked on the map
Yep.
Yeah.
for her.
I believe it was at the end of the river in that little
Yeah.
cove in the mountains.
Where's,
Mhm.
It is
where's
on the map.
on the map?
It's in the pins in Discord.
Yep. Here it is.
Yeah, it's just north of Bleak Hollow Cave on the other side of the mountains.
Very Helm's Deepy.
Very much.
All right.
She like points. Hey, there should be like a little crack and like a V in the mountains. That's where it is.
And this is a new settlement, then?
Yep.
Been there for 5 years.
Well, 5 years would be pretty new to most people.
Yeah, true.
You're looking at the leader of it.
I see.
She smiles.
If we happen to end up anywhere near that area, then perhaps we will seek some sanctuary there. But I think we're going to be heading as far west as we can. No more of this. Maybe we can take a boat south. We're done.
I think, personally, and it's none of my business, but I think you're better off trying to help. I don't know if running will get you anywhere. I've we've got a lot of people working on currently this whole ash problem. And we think we're nearing something.
You're going to change the weather. You're going to get rid of the ash.
Yep.
He just looks at you kind of almost disappointed, and then...
All right.
I made a
Thank you
blood
for your
pact
help.
with Baradin.
At this point, he kind of like shakes his head and like stares at you for a second, just
You don't believe me, do you?
with the attitude of someone who's now talking to a crazy person.
Just, I'm sorry, but I think it's best if you leave now. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for the help. But I'm going to be getting back to my family here.
I'm not crazy.
Well, good luck.
He just starts walking away.
As he
Guys,
approaches
he thinks...
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As he approaches his camp, a dagger is going to fall out of the sky and land about 4 feet in front of him,
He just
within the
stops,
light.
Looks at it and looks around.
You can give that to my people when you get there. They'll know I sent you.
Pulls the dagger out of the ground and turns back and looks at you.
Understood.
The rest of them kind of watch you warily. You know there's a bigger guy who has there's a club near him, like a big fucking club. It's hard to call it a club. It's like a tree trunk, and he just kind of slings it over his shoulder and sits there. He's got a pot of something that he's stirring, and he just has it slung over his shoulder and is just watching you now.
And if it is possible to tell which direction it came from, it notably would not have come from Yverna's direction.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just to further add to their confusion.
Okay.
You know what? Let's fucking add more to this. She just summons her sword. Like...
The blade of Baradin appears, and
I wasn't gonna do it when he was there. That would have been bad.
Probably would have spooked him.
I probably, yeah.
so you just stand there with the blade of Baradin out.
Oh no, I just sling it over my shoulder, emulating the
Gotcha.
the guard.
That she can't see, but is being described to.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I assumed it was.
I am your eyes from 90 degrees to your left.
Several of them
Yeah.
are the group are kind of whispering to each other, and like you can tell the display is now put them kind of even more off kilter.
She dismisses it and continues walking.
And
She was very much teasing,
Gotcha.
with a smile on her face, just like teasing the big guy, I guess.
Fucking hilarious. Let's just tease. Let's show off our powerful weapon.
from the blind woman from 100 yards away that can't see that he did it as she emulates the exact same move.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The confusion.
Are they having a stroke?
Guys, I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill us tonight.
All right. Are you avoiding the camp further then, or?
Not charge and kill everybody. Yeah, I avoid it.
Okay, that's fine. You definitely attempt that.
No.
Oh, okay. Alright. Continuing on your way, another day passes. The ashfall now seems to increase even more, and you find yourself wading through feet of ash on the ground. It's probably about I'd say the 8th day into this trip, when you come across another camp. But this one doesn't have anybody glaring at you. Instead, what's left behind are the remnants of a small bandit clan, probably upwards of 13 people, just judging by what you can see. There's not much of them left. Whatever did this was brutal and thorough. but their belongings were left behind for the most part. And you can find bits and pieces here and there. The camp itself is, of course, turned upside down, just destroyed almost, but you don't see any signs of the perpetrator.
Are they similarly garbed?
Yeah, but the pure black outfit is very common out here in the Ash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's cold here for one, so usually heavy clothing is worn, and then the Ash is black, so in order to blend in with it, I mean, people wear black.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Except Yaverna can't see colors.
It's true.
Yeah.
Everything is black and white to Yaverna.
Sure.
Well, the kid did. Did you tell us about what he said about monsters?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well, he did say monsters were. Maybe we should have asked when they came?
You know, that would have been the smart thing to do. Shit.
I'm no medical expert, so I can't tell how fresh the corpse is, considering it's been heavily mangled.
It's also unfortunately been raining quite a bit in this area as well, and it's turned the ground into kind of this marshy bog of ash and mud.
I can give it a shot.
I mean, go right ahead.
Cool.
Or medics. Or I guess Aubrey might, but
Can I make a medicine check?
Trying to tell how long they've been dead?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
I would say this is a disadvantage kind of thing, but
That's 100% fair, considering I'm fucking blind.
yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll just be a blind surgeon. It's okay.
6.
6. Well, the bodies are cold, so you know they've been dead for at least pretty much a day. But other than that, you don't really get any actual information out of this, unfortunately.
As she's like feeling the body, she's like, "Oh my god,
Aubrey, what?
he's dead."
leave it to the blind woman to state the obvious.
The body is like torn in half at the fucking waist.
This was said very sarcastically, by the way.
Who had the highest passive perception, by the way?
You
I-
run
Besides
it.
Yaverna and me.
And me. I have 20.
What was your
Yeah.
Verna's?
22.
22. Good to know. Okay.
Yeah, she acted all excited and then was just like, "He's dead."
Oh.
As we are scouring this camp, I'm gonna do this. Because I would have been very uneasy.
What are you doing? Oh, primeval awareness.
Primeval awareness.
What are you trying to sense?
Does it have to be specifically something?
I think it does, doesn't it?
Oh.
No, you sense whether the
It's
follower
whether
types.
any. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay. Gotcha. So what are those types? Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
And this is not favored terrain, so it's not 6 miles.
Gotcha.
Unless we're technically in the mountains, but
the hard one.
It doesn't reveal their location or number, though.
I don't know what these are classified as. They don't have a creature type technically. Yeah, you would. While you don't get the location or the number, there is this kind of ringing in your ears as you're just watching the landscape here. It's a bit of a craggy place. There's lots of tall rocks, and it's already a marsh to begin with, and so the ash as it falls over this marsh gets carried away by the small streams that run through this. It's been raining heavily, so the landscape itself is matted and kind of mixed up a bit. But you start to see these telltale signs, and your ears start ringing as you note that there appear to be some form of demon nearby.
Be on guard. We are not alone.
What?
There is something unnatural here.
What do your elf eyes see?
God damn it. Go fuck yourself.
Those fighting words.
Really, the better analogy here is my spider sense is tingling.
It's true.
And with that, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts and locate creature within 30 feet.
Within
I
30
think.
feet?
Yeah.
And as she's locating that creature, I'm going to stealth. That's more like it.
Give me 1 second here.
It's the fucking Skyrim stealth where you're like right in
Jesus
front of a creature and you just
fucking
crouch down and they're like, where'd he go?
Where is he?
I guess it's just the wind.
God damn, must have been the wind. You say as you're like right in front of him, stabbing him to death.
Wind's really bad today.
I took an arrow to the knee
Fucking
once.
And as I slink away, I'm going to find a vantage point of some form.
Okay.
to,
Yeah, 32 stealth. I would say that you probably are stealthed. At least you're pretty sure, you know.
I'm as confident as anybody should be.
We're on the creature.
You're standing directly on top. The creature is coming from inside the house.
Oh.
Oh.
Does it have a shotgun? Can I suck start it? I mean,
Well, wait, hold on. I don't know about this one, Doc. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna switch over the map in just a second.
Go to! Woohoo! Don't ask. Because I will never say.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Yes.
It definitely wasn't yes.
Right, there's only 5 of you. For some reason, I thought there were 6. Also, Aubrey should have a long rest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there's 5.
There's 6? Wait,
Wait.
who's the 6th? There's
Never
4 of
mind.
y'all and then Aubrey. Yeah.
I'm
He's
dumb
counting
and thought
this for
Emonir's
random
token
instances.
was still gone.
Oh my god.
Look at stealth roll so high, vanished from my mind.
It's true. I'm gonna go ahead and swap the map over for y'all. I couldn't find a good ashy map for this, so just pretend all the trees and greenery, that's just ash, sorry.
You know, I made an ash map with a camp on it, right?
I wanted to use a marshy map though.
Okay, marshy map. Got it. I'll make note.
Imagination?
Well,
In my D&D game?
I don't fucking think so.
I mean, yeah.
Preposterous.
Imagination. Okay.
No imagination. Y'all don't get to have imagination here.
Bitch.
That's all you've
Only
heard.
arrows. That's all you get.
It's true. Emonir, you said you stealth, so you are free to find a location kind of nearby that you would have used for stealth, whether it be one of the trees or the rocks or something like that.
How vertical is this cliff face?
About 15 feet.
Can I sit on top of that?
You could, yeah. I don't think it would be too hard for you to get up there.
And the
Is
ash provides
Emonir-
enough of a light cover.
Are Emonir and Aubrey concentrating on something?
I don't think so.
No, I'm not.
I think that's left behind from previous stuff.
I'm technically concentrating on tech thoughts right now.
Okay, gotcha. The blue line as well obviously just represents like the border of where the camp's at.
Yeah.
And there's other like there's debris all the way out to like even further out than this, like all the way out here. You spot bits and pieces of people and the camp itself.
And
As a note,
I assume this is a very, very dark area. Or it is just generally dark.
It is it's generally dark out here in the ash because the ash does kind of blot out a lot of the sun. It's not like pitch black though.
Dark enough that I would be required to be seen with dark vision.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
As a note, what?
Yaverna is like, even though, Emonir said that, she is still going around to the different bodies.
Okay.
Acting essentially like nothing was said.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Playing the distraction role that you do so well.
Yep. It's easy to do when you have alert.
Sure, you can't get surprised. Nice.
Yep, can't get surprised.
Okay, good to know. Midori, what are you doing?
Probably helping keep a lookout.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Okay, not very well though.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Kind of taking a look around, trying to see what's going on with us.
I suppose I should probably also drop one then.
I'm pretending to keep a lookout.
Gotcha. And then Freya, what are you doing?
Well, Freya's looking for thoughts, but also looking around.
That's right, within 30 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
3 or lower, doesn't speak any language, the creature is unaffected. Okay. Well, it does actually speak languages, and it doesn't have 3 int, so... Freya, you get thoughts from a creature. There's something within 30 feet of you, and the thoughts that you get are pretty basic. The surface level thoughts anyway. It mostly comes down to the creature just seems to be reinforcing itself, like wait.
Something is hiding around us. Can't tell where.
And I pick it out from my vantage point.
Roll a perception check.
You could use the one I already tossed out.
Oh, okay. 16? No.
Okay.
Yaverna stands up, stretches, and walks up here.
Okay.
Someone's about to get ambushed.
Freya, you sense it getting more excited.
You're about to be ambushed, Verna.
I'm gonna make a perception check.
Okay, make a perception check.
That's a 15.
You are unable to pinpoint where it is, and as you tap the ground, and then notice something. You tap the ground on one side of you, and you tap your foot on the other side. They're making completely different noises.
Doesn't blind sense essentially give you some form of true sight?
No, it just lets you see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has like
it does
mild
allow me to see invisible creatures, though.
This thing is not invisible.
Okay.
As you tap on the ground on one side of you, and then use your foot to tap on the other, you know the two halves make completely different noises, and it's in that moment when the ground beneath you shifts. I'm gonna put some tokens on the board here.
Uh-oh.
He's about to be ambushed. And I stated it.
What the fuck is that?
Monsters?
Let me go ahead and get
I
some.
want to go home.
I don't like it here.
I did not sign up for this shit.
You're like, man, I bet Art's having a nice bath right now. And all right, I'll get some music on.
These are creepy.
They are really creepy again. All right. As the creature beneath you shifts, you can't be surprised. So fortunately, there's not a surprise for you. However, no one else on the team has a high enough passive perception to have detected them. However, Freya, let's see, that's a hard call. I would say since Freya alerted you. You said that out loud, right, Freya?
Yeah, I said.
Okay, yeah. Since Freya alerted everyone, there's not a surprise here because at that point you're aware that there's danger nearby. So, let's go ahead and get some initiative rolls. As the creature shifts, you know its body blends in almost perfectly with the ash itself. If you weren't right on top of this thing, there's almost no way you could have detected it. However, as it shifts out of the ash fall, it makes this kind of explosion, a puff of ash around it, and you see the creature has this long, flat body, almost manta ray-like. Two writhing, small claw-like appendages come out of its throat, and a huge open mouth, big enough to bite off your head, kind of almost unfolds from the manta ray body itself. This is a monstrosity, some kind of demon of the abyss. And as it makes this just kind of guttural clicking noise, it launches into some attacks here.
Bray yells out, "Dibs on their cloaking mechanism!"
Wow, Emonir rolled a 12 on initiative.
Yeah.
Hello? All right.
I assume that my dex is higher than theirs, though, so I should still be first.
Well, you might assume that. Let me double check. Yes, it's definitely higher.
These don't look like dexterous creatures.
They are shockingly dexterous for how big they are. Let me update your token to just, we'll put you at 13 here.
What kind of level of terrifying are we talking about here? Because I've seen a Snorlax go into a full sprint, and I gotta tell you, that's pretty terrifying.
I don't think there's anything more terrifying than that, but, I wonder if, can I show the image of these things without,
I think you can without revealing a sheet.
Yes. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Also seeing with face.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Nice.
That looks very vulnerable to arrows.
Three of these things burst up from the ground around you, making this loud clicking and clacking noise. All right. So first up is actually Midori.
Alright, I don't like this very much.
No one does.
If I want to... I'll take some practice shots at it.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, that is a 12, a 24, and a 27. Yeah, two of those are definitely going to hit. The 24 and the 27 both land for a solid of 14 points of damage here. However, the first attack does miss. And Midori, that is your action. Do you have bonus action bonus action or movement?
I'll stay here for now.
Okay. Gotcha. Into your turn. It is Ivana's turn.
Yeah. Could I hop on this thing's back?
I mean, if you want to make a grapple check to see if you can try. You'd have to grapple and then pin. It's 2 attack actions.
Oh, but pinning it makes me restrained as well, right?
Basically, yeah.
Oh. Can I just mount it?
I mean, probably not.
Okay, alright.
It'd probably be like, "No, I don't want you on me."
Fuck. Alright, well, this thing like sort of pops up. She's gonna summon her sword and fucking make some attacks on, like, downwards at it.
Okay, sure.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, that's super unfortunate.
Oof, okay, yeah. Only the 20 hits here for 7 points of damage. Alright. Anything else on your turn?
fudge it. I'm a smite on the first one.
Okay, go for it. 11 points of radiant damage. OP. As the light comes off of Barrowland's blade, the blade cuts through part of this thing's kind of weird, strange, leathery flesh. And that would be the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Emonir.
Yeah. Alright, it's turn number 1. Which means I automatically have advantage. I'm going to attack this one, since I trust that Yaverna can handle herself.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will. We're going to hit it with a triple hit, calling the shot with Sharpshooter.
Okay, gotcha. Use Sharpshooter on all 3?
Yes, I use Sharpshooter on all 3.
Fucking Chris, this is gonna get nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what you hit.
Putts.
We're going to do...
Oh, that is...
I believe that's a -5 to the
is.
top roll of each of those.
It
But
is.
that still counts
so
as
that
a
is,
crit, I believe.
It does. So that is a crit on the first one, a 20 on the second one, and a 16 on the third one. All 3 attacks hit.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
So that's all of that.
Plus 30.
Wait, do I get 4 attacks on my first turn?
You get 3.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you get the...
Right, it's 5th level that I get the second attack. And then Dread Ambusher is 3rd.
Right. Mhm.
So, I got at least 3. Okay, so that's that.
You need the bonus damage on the third one, though. Or is it the first one that hits, or is it the third one?
The first one that hits is Dread Ambusher.
Okay.
Oh, so
So-
yeah, that one crits.
So that's... So what, Dread Ambusher, and that's also going to be the sneak attack.
Yes.
So how many d6 is that?
That would be... hold on. What is Dread Ambusher? Isn't it a D8?
Dread Ambusher is a d8.
Okay, so that would be 2d8, and then your sneak attack, which is...
A d6, I believe.
What's your rogue level? 3, so it's 2d6, so that would be 4d6 plus 2d8.
Okay. Plus the bonus from Fang, which is another 2d6 baseline.
Right, so that would be another 4d6, so that's 8d6 plus 2d8.
So
What?
that's
Ouch.
our...
Something is image shit going on here.
So you said 8d6?
No, yeah, 8d6 plus 2d8.
8d6 plus 2d8.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's
Oh
all.
my god!
Do I do any other bonus damage on the external rolls if they're not poisoned?
That's 30. That's 108 points of damage.
Oh my god!
That's the first
Poor
time we've
thing.
seen somebody break 100 in this
Oh.
campaign.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. Correction. I meant. Oh wait, no, this isn't a. I didn't get the sneak attack. Never mind.
You would have gotten sneak attack?
Is it a sneak attack?
What do you mean?
Assassinate, guaranteeing they're all crits.
That
That's
would
a
also be...
surprise.
Yeah, that's if you have
Yeah,
surprise.
surprise. Sorry, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. No, it's not surprise. No, they knew you were there long before you knew they were there.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, 108 points of damage. As this thing flies up from the ground, an arrow punctures straight through its head, and then 2 more arrows right down where the head joins to the neck, and it just flops right back down. Turn 1 Gloomstalkers, they exist.
The Gloomstalker assassin.
It's true.
You forgot to do a turn thingy for Aubrey.
For Aubrey, yeah, I just noticed that. Good to know. She'll take her turn next. What did you say?
Would I have known where the arrows came from? I don't know if I could actually see them.
You could see him because after his first attack, he's no longer stealth.
I would give like a little salute in his direction.
Okay, gotcha. And then, Emonir, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Aubrey is going to come and fight this one. She'll get flanking on it. She'll do Aubrey things. Judgment of the Flame, 2 attacks. Woof, okay, not bad. That is... Fucking love paladins. Alright, and that is going to be her whole turn. It is this guy's turn. Alright, he's going to go ahead and start off his turn by using a moan. Isn't blah blah blah, wisdom save. Okay. Every creature within 60 feet needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Of this cloaker right here, which would be...
Everybody.
Everyone, yep. As he just lets out this...
That's not it. That's my bad.
That's okay. Are you proficient in wisdom saves?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, we'll take the 14.
Okay.
Wisdom save 15. That's a success. All of these are successes. Nice work. And then I guess Aubrey
didn't roll. Yeah,
that's right. Oh, the sheet out of my face. There we go. Oh yeah, easy. All right, everyone succeeds. You are all immune to cloaker moans for the next 24 hours. And then it is going to go ahead and use its phantasms, and you see the cloaker splits into 4 identical versions of itself. And then that is going to be the end of its turn for now.
Ren, does this behave like mirror image?
Sort of.
Does this behave like mirror image?
Sort of.
Do I bypass it? Because mirror image doesn't work if you can't see, or if the target has, like, the ability to see through invisibility.
A creature is unaffected by this magical effect if it can't see or if it relies on senses other than sight.
Well, alright.
Okay, so you're immune.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Alright, that is going to be that cloaker's turn. It is this cloaker's turn. And he's actually going to go after you, Emonir. These things can fly, as a note.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah, as they puff up, they kind of hover in place and then soar around like they're manta rays swimming in the sea, but they're in the sky. He's going to go ahead and he's going to use his multi-attack here, 1 bite and 1 tail attack. We'll do the tail first for my personal use here. 19.
That hits.
10 points of damage. And then he's going to use the bite attack against you. 4 secrets. So 14 points of damage on the bite as well.
I should have freaking bonus action hit again after I shot things.
Can you bonus action shoot?
Bonus action height?
Oh, hid. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sure. That's okay. Well, in this case, this thing is coming after you, and with a successful bite, it is attached to you as it bites down on your shoulder. Its mouth is big enough to cover like a significant portion of your torso, and it bites down, and you can feel like the teeth piercing, and then it wraps its whole body around you, and you are just left in this darkness. Let's see. You are currently blinded. You are unable to breathe. And that is, and you two are completely attached. Both of you currently have a movement speed of 0.
On.
We'll just mark restrained for my purposes here. All right, that is going to be the end of its turn. Freya.
Can its head be seen?
Nope.
Shit.
It looks like a... How many of you have seen Jeepers Creepers?
If I have, it's been a very long time.
Oh, man, okay. It looks like a weird, like, fleshy cocoon just wrapped up Emonir.
Great. That'll be fun.
Like that one at all.
Don't like that.
I guess I'm gonna conjure my longbow and fire
Okay.
at the one that's wrapping Emir.
Okay, sure.
I can't do a double attack because I'd use my... Well, actually I can.
You can attack twice, yeah. Okay, 21 and 18. Both of those are going to hit. And that is 9 and 4 for 13 points of damage. Give me 1 second here. Half the damage dealt to it. Okay. So, yeah, it's actually only going to take 6 points of damage, and Emonir, you also take 6 points of damage as this thing transfers the pain that it feels into you.
That's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Freya's
no.
at the end of your turn?
Yep.
Got it. So at the end of the round here, there's this just kind of wailing noise that just seems to almost emerge from all of the air around you. And at first, you're not sure what it is until you look, and there's this small swirling ball of like blue and black energy in the center of the camp here, and it expands rapidly into this kind of strange shadow-esque shape. I'm gonna put it right here on the board. And we will add this thing to the initiative order.
Oh, don't like that.
As it lets out this huge wail, it is going to target, in this case, it'll target Freya. It's going to use a claw attack against you. Another claw attack. 15?
Miss. I think, yeah.
Okay. And then a bite attack. 17?
Just hits. Make a wisdom save.
Okay. Succeeds. As it swipes at you, two scythe-like claws appear out under the cloak, and then as you kind of dodge both of these, the whole cloak itself that this creature is wearing expands and reveals this toothy maw underneath it, and just takes a chomp towards you, just narrowly avoids you being swallowed whole by this thing. All right. That is going to be, I think, the end of this thing's turn. As a bonus action, it is going to... use its Shadow Stride, and it will move... Both shadows must be cast by us.
An attack of opportunity, right?
No, unfortunately. That's a Shadow Step. That's a teleport. It is going to teleport right over here. It just disappears, and you all watch it kind of travel through the shadows. All right, Midori, it's now your turn.
I wouldn't know about the transferring damage.
No,
You would have
no, you wouldn't.
probably heard Emonir go ah as
That's fair.
but also it's up to you to interpret that.
There also probably would have been sounds of struggling in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She wouldn't know. I just start taking shots.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was stupid and forgot to rehide.
Those are all gonna hit. Nice damage. All right. 11, 8, and 10.
And I want to use Enfeebling Arrow on one of them.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. All right. That'll be in another 8 damage. Divided by 2. Both the creature and Emonir will take 18 points of damage. And then it has to roll a con save, which is a failure. So this thing... The damage dealt by its weapon attacks is halved until the start of your next turn. Okay, got it. Which weapon attacks are any attacks it makes, basically, so... Alright. As the arrows pierce the creature, you hear more of Emonir just like... Emonir, you feel the impact of basically every arrow. Yeah, that should do it. Midori, is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
How much damage am I taking?
You took 18.
18.
Iverna.
Yeah. So Is this thing invisible?
It is not, no, but it did teleport like through the shadows and then pop up further backwards.
So I would know it's there, though.
Oh yeah, it's very clearly there.
Okay. I can move through this since it's larger, right?
You can.
Okay. I'm gonna put myself in a very precarious situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ham on this.
It's hammer time.
So I'm going to do this thing that I do from time to time, if I can find it. Where is it?
Wishy-washy, sleepy, slappy.
No. This. Here it is.
Hello?
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Siding through it.
10 temporary hit points. And then I'm gonna make some attacks with advantage.
All right. Well, make your attacks with advantage.
Are you fucking for real?
Fuck. Okay, that's gonna be a miss.
Nope. Hold up. Do I use this here?
That's definitely a miss.
Do I use this here?
Well,
I don't know.
Let me read it. How does the luck work?
is it a short rest or a long rest?
Ability check. Save. You know what? Fuck, I'm gonna reroll that.
It's a day,
Okay.
I believe.
Per day, yeah.
Resets every dawn.
So I'm just gonna straight roll this then.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right. That.
Okay.
Now for my next 2 attacks.
It is vulnerable to radiant damage. That is going to be 8 points of damage, and then that is going to be 22. So that's
No, that'd
30
be 5.
points.
I don't crit. I just reroll.
Oh, you didn't crit. That's right. So that's going to be 5 points of damage. That would be 22. So that's 27 points of damage. 33 points of damage, and then 39 points of damage to this creature. Your weapon is magical and has a good bit of radiant damage going on here, which you notice seems to hurt this thing quite heavily.
Nice. I'm gonna action surge and do it again.
Okay, go for it. You have advantage on these, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the 16 does hit. The 16 and the 19 both hit, and that is another 11 points of 12 points of damage. Its form is tattered. The cloak itself seems to be kind of indicative of what this thing is, but you do note it feels like there's something inside the cloak itself. You slash through it and into it, but you can't. It doesn't look like there's anything there.
Arc just messaged me and said his power died.
No, not the power. That's okay. We can continue for a moment.
All right. Aubrey, do you have this thing? She points behind her.
I'll do my best.
All right, cool, thanks.
Okay.
That's her turn.
All right, Everna, that is your turn. It is Aubrey's turn, and she's gonna do what Aubrey do. Does abjure the extraplanar? Is that a banishment? It is not. Okay. And I miss cleric. Let's see.
Man, I miss cleric in my low magic campaign. Me too. Spirit guardians would be great here.
I know, right? Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna go ahead and she's gonna smack the shit out of this thing. Yeah, those are definitely both gonna hit. That is, and these things aren't like immune to fire, right? No, they're not. Okay. That is 12 and oof, that's 17. What the fuck? What is the damage from that? Wait, why is there an extra D8 on here? Hold on. What does Judgment of the Flame do?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. It's 1d6. It's 1d6 fire damage on a hit. That's right. Because I know her weapon would be a glow with dim white light as well. All right.
Dealing an extra 1d8.
Oh, that's a paladin feature. Improved Divine Smite is 1d8 radiant damage on every hit.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that is 6 and then 6 and then. Hold on, math is hard. 12 plus 17 plus 4 is 33 points of damage. This thing is gone, just obliterated, as she basically lands one solid hit and then just keeps going. Okay, that is going to be the end of her turn. She doesn't have any kind of thingamabobs. Emonir's turn. He said, I was going to attempt to shove some snow willow in the one eating meat mouth. Okay.
Meat mouth.
Meat mouth. All right. Some snow willow. That was a poison he had, I think. Let's see here. Snow willow. Yeah, he's got 3 of them. Paralyzes the drinker for more than 3 hours each, or for 3 hours each. Okay. I'll just roll for him. I would say in order to try and force this. What would it be? Just make it contested dexterity versus something. We'll see. Dexterity versus dexterity. Why not? Alright. The drinker of the snow willow becomes paralyzed on a save. So what is that? That is a con save. That. Okay, this thing is paralyzed. Nope, that's invisible. He is also released from the restraints.
Huzzah!
Alright. I believe that would be Emonir's turn. We'll call it his turn there. Or he might... Yeah, that's his turn. It's this cloaker's turn. It's paralyzed. End of its turn, it gets a save. Which it does succeed on. I'd like to move away from it. Oh no. Oh, Emonir. Oh no. Okay.
I think he can
Along the cliff top.
disengage.
He could disengage as a bonus action, yeah.
It would still be paralyzed during his turn too.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true. How much movement speed does he have? He can dash as a bonus action, and he's got a lot of movement speed, so... Can he make it here? He totally could. Alright. He makes it at this cliff space instead.
Nope, this shit I'm out.
What this shit? And he said bonus action hide, so, let's say that he's, like, in the little crags down here at the bottom of this cliff face, or...
Well, he can't dash and hide.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, he's wanting to hide. There's nowhere for him to hide along the cliff face. We'll put him over here, which is 5 feet down from where he's at.
Keep in
And
mind
make a hide check.
the ash can hide him if they can't really see that well.
These things have extremely good perception.
Okay.
In fact, he is not currently hidden. So, all right. It is this cloaker's turn. It's paralyzed. It makes it save at the end of its turn. Freya.
Oh, Freya is gonna move. I'll let you know when my brain computes the right tool. There we go. This tool. And...
Okay.
I think that'll be pointless to use. She is going to take pop shots at the one that just hit her.
Okay. 24 is definitely going to hit. A 9 will miss, unfortunately. So that is 9 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Let's see. What can I do as a bonus action?
Pardon you?
Bonus action.
Oh, okay. What are you doing with your bonus action?
It looks like nothing.
Okay. Alright, that's the end of your turn. It is the horror's turn. It's going to go ahead and use... Yeah, it's going to rush forward right here. It's going to use Shadow Step to get right here. It's going to make a move right here, and then it is going to go ahead and use Lashing Shadows. I need everyone that's not Emonir. It might actually be Emonir as well. Let me see. just barely within range. Actually, because Vangel's saying he would be technically out of range. Yeah.
D&D's non-Euclidean.
All of you on the ground, make me a dex save, please.
Ow.
Oof. Hello, friend. Welcome back.
Not even gonna try.
I'm done D&Ding from my phone.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
I at least had not far enough ahead to what I was going to do.
Where is this?
Yeah, it worked. The cloaker took its turn right after you and did make its save for the poison, so it's no longer paralyzed, but you've gotten away from it.
Yeah.
You are not hidden as a note. You rolled a 15, and this thing's got higher than 15 passive perception.
Okay.
All right. That is... You got your Constitution save. Perfect. And then, Aubrey has to make up the thingy. It's a saving throw.
Dex save.
Yep. Oh, God. Okay. There's a lot of bad things happening here today.
Why did that roll my dex save again?
I have no idea. For some reason it did.
I mean, it wasn't any better.
It wasn't any better, that's true. Alright, so Freya fails, Midori fails, Iverna fails, Aubrey fails, everyone fails. Holy
Does
shit.
Emonir need to roll?
Again.
Emonir does not need to roll.
Okay.
Technically out of range. Technically. Let me double check this ability because it's got a secondary effect, I think. Oh no. No, it's fine. You all just take the 29 points of necrotic damage.
That's
rough.
rough.
102 HP. That tickles.
And then that would be 29 times 4 divided by 2. This thing heals 58 HP.
I just did all that damage.
Oh no! That healed it almost exactly to full. Alright, that is going to be the end of the...
Lesson, old man.
It's going to be the end of the horror's turn. Midori, it's now your turn.
I'm just gonna keep taking shots at the cloaker. Okay.
Ooh, a crit. Don't you do stuff on crits? To like select an extra.
Hit with this weapon, you can make one additional attack against a target within 15 feet of the original.
Oh, that's right. Okay, it's like a cord breaker, like from Ranger. So. Yeah. Okay. 32, definitely gonna hit. That is quite a bit of damage here. A 16 is also gonna hit, and an 18 hits. This thing is getting whittled down. It is still alive, but only just. It looks pretty hurt to you.
That's cool.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. Sure.
Let's
sure,
do it
sure.
again.
All right.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, the 13 misses, the 23 hits, and the 18 is also going to hit. That is going to be 9 and 14 points of damage. And that is almost exactly its HP. You did one over. As the arrows just pin cushion this thing, Emonir, you kind of have like slid down the corner of this this cliff face here, and then like turn around, pop back up, and you see this thing just drop to the ground with like 40 arrows in it.
Oh, she was murdering the thingy. I assumed she was trying to murder the cloak and dagger asshole.
Oh, she said the cloaker was.
My brain is
gotcha.
interpreting him as cloak and dagger for whatever reason.
That is fair. This area right here is a note, Midori, is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Anything in this, like, it's like a swamp basically. So you could get right here if you wanted.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Gotcha. All right, Midori, is that the end of your turn? Iverna.
Yeah. I'm gonna get. Hang on, how much movement do I have? Oh, I could get here.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
So I can give Aubrey flanking.
Perfect.
I'm gonna, do this thing again.
The
That I
thing
do.
that you do.
The thing
slash
that I
is
do.
Slash.
That. Give myself them 10 hit points again.
Okay.
And make some attacks.
13.
25. That's 25.
Oh, that's right, because fighting spirit. Yeah. Okay. Yep,
Yeah.
that hits.
Cool. Fuck this guy.
That is 30 points of damage.
Then.
Another
25.
25. That's going to hit for 6 points of damage.
What?
And then a 22. That's Jesus Christ. For an 11 points of damage. Not bad, not bad.
Action surge?
I already did.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I healed it all back, and I was very upset.
This thing wails as you strike it, and at one point, you like go in for like a quote unquote fourth attack, and it turns around, or rather, like suddenly rushes towards you, spinning as it does so like a dervish, and one of the claws catches your blade, and it pulls it forward, and it says, "You aren't welcome here, Baradin."
Oh.
And gets closer, like the cloak opens up again and the mouth is like now open. It's this long vertical mouth where the body should be.
I'm not Baradin, but okay.
It is Aubrey's turn. She's gonna get flanking, and she's gonna beat the fuck out of this thing. And she is gonna use a divine smite. She's being pretty conservative with these because paladin spell slots are rough, but
She has
you know
advantage
what?
too, so.
Does the 17 will hit, the 26 will hit, and then divine smite. This thing is a fiend, technically speaking. So, actually, I don't think it is. It is not. It is an aberration. So-
But it is vulnerable to radiant, right?
It is vulnerable to radiant, which means that her attacks do extra damage.
Yeah,
So
so
that is another 2d8 that need to be rolled.
Is it rolled or is it doubled?
It's usually just doubled, but because of the way I've like mixed it in here, it's annoying to double it. So I'll just roll it.
Oh, okay.
That is 14. I think it's resistant to fire damage. No, it's resistant to something else. Okay. 14 plus 3 plus 13 plus 5 plus. And then the divine smite should crit because thingy. Vulnerability is 9 plus 8 plus 7. 59 points of damage. This thing is still standing, but a couple of really solid strikes from Aubrey leave it absolutely shaking in its metaphysical boots. All right. That is going to be the end of Aubrey's turn. It's Emonir's turn.
Question.
Yeah.
We talked about this, then the power went out, Ned. Is it dark enough to require dark vision?
It is not really, no. There's enough light to like make out. It's just dim light everywhere basically.
Okay. I'm gonna do this then.
Okay.
I'm gonna bonus action hide before I attack.
Gotcha. You are currently hidden.
I was gonna say, I don't know that there's much that can see me with that.
Oh, ancient dragon.
Actually, most ancient dragons have 26, so even most ancient dragons would not see you right now.
Damn.
Okay, so with that,
I think some of them do have 27 or 28 though. Can't remember which ones.
both of those are called shots. I meant to say that beforehand, but
Yeah, that's fine.
if I have advantage, the shots will be called.
Gotcha. This thing's AC isn't terribly high anyways, but
So that's
there's a hit, and hit. Yeah,
that's 40 plus a d6 or 2d6.
That's so much damage.
Yeah, 47 points of damage. The arrows pierce through this thing and find purchase in its weird, vaguely corporeal form, and as its mouth is like opening wide to almost like bite Iverna. Gotcha. It is immune to poison damage.
Oh, I wasn't sure, but I threw all the damage anyway.
Yep, all good. As its mouth is like opening wide to consume Iverna, presumably. Multiple arrows just litter this thing, and it convulses for a second before falling to the ground and seemingly just disappearing, leaving behind a faded, like, black cloak. And that is the end of combat.
I think it's official. I've taken more damage from my allies between this campaign and the last one than I have the entire last campaign.
It's possible.
I mean, maybe.
I didn't really get hit that often because I was usually far enough away that Yaverna made a much juicier meal.
It's true.
Why did it call me Baradin? other than having his blade?
Maybe it can just feel the blade.
I'm going to stagger my ass down this cliff.
Okay. Nonetheless, good work. We should be wary of more.
There's no thoughts coming from the cloak, right?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Do you think?
As you kind of look around to ensure, you don't see anything else and you don't detect anything else.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
You're fine.
Do you
Welcome back.
think it's safe to take the cloak?
What cloak?
The one he left behind?
They left behind a black cloak.
Oh. Oh, yeah. The guys are just blended in with the ash. Yaverna picks it up with a sword.
Okay. Pick it up with the sword.
Yeah, like slide it in under, like scoop it up.
Are you about to have your angel and demon moment?
It screams at you. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no. What? Angel demon? What?
That was completely out of character.
Oh.
Like, you put on it as the demon and you carry the sword, which is your angel.
Oh, no. You think it's worth anything?
I would totally wear it.
I don't honestly know where it even came from. Because I was in a thing's fucking mouth when it appeared.
Yaverna points, like right at her feet. But basically where it died.
Interesting.
It's actually kind of funny. It died literally where it came out of.
It did.
Literally.
But it moved away and came back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she grabs the cloak off the sword, and hands it to Freya.
Sure.
Okay.
I was planning on skinning some of those, if that's okay.
Okay.
They're good cloaking. Make looks later.
Okay.
Does it look like they're... I assume, do they have fangs for starters?
They've got they've got more fangs than normal teeth. Their teeth are just like shark teeth.
Do any of them look like they could inject any kind of venom?
Does not appear to be, no.
Nothing happens when I touch the cloak, right?
Nope. Nothing
Okay.
happens.
Cool. All right.
As you kind of survey the broken camp.
Yes. Hey, they make really good cloaks, what can I say?
Making cloaks out of the cloakers. I mean, it's true, yeah, this is a Monster Hunter shit. Look, if you're gonna hide, you might as well copy the things that do it best.
Yeah.
Like Emonir.
I mean, I was gonna say, I still think I hide better than they do, but
So we skin Emonir. Got it.
Yep.
you will not touch me. You would have to find me first.
we
Apparently,
just...
I tried to do that by accident.
Alright.
Challenge
Oh.
accepted.
Think it just means so it beats. I'm not sure.
Iverna, he's right behind you.
Don't even have to look.
With the defeat of this creature, you kind of examine the cloak and find that it is just a normal, ordinary cloak, and in fact seems to match the clothing that you found in this camp itself as well. This is an Asher's cloak. The cloakers, you've all probably seen or at least heard about them before. These are These are strange demonic entities that seem to patrol the wastes, but they're known for being in the scar, not down here.
With my backstory as more of essentially a mountain man,
Mm-hmm.
would I have any more first-hand experience with these than the rest of them?
The cloakers, no, because you come from way further south than where these things would normally be found.
That's fair.
I wouldn't expect any one of you to have first-hand experience with them. They're pretty much only found in the scar. Well, I guess you all went to the scar, technically.
Hello. Settlement is right on the edge of the scar.
It's on the edge of the scar, yeah, but also, technically speaking, in the time skip, you would have attempted to enter the scar a number of times. You probably would have encountered these at that point a few times. They are ambush predators that hunt under the ash. As you examine the broken camp, you can hear the sound of thunder off in the distance and look over and find, instead of a storm, you see swirling clouds, probably 20 miles out in one direction. Just this huge cell of clouds that's now just forming this kind of spinning location. You see a lightning strike, and then another, and then another. Given the direction, this appears to be Wail's End.
Great.
And that's where we're gonna call the session.
Fuck.
Rick.